underway. And we're set under clear skies for Memphis and Arizona in a moment.
If you'd like to make your play for a personal computer, don't get bogged down with worries about software and expandability. Come to the IBM PC Classic. Explore the best-selling IBM PCs and the latest in IBM software and options. With prices under par, you'll have a clear shot at higher productivity. You can get things rolling at the IBM PC Classic. So, drop in. It's now in full swing at a store near you, or call your IBM representative.
There's a star in your life no one could ever deny. You're on your way to the top, and along the way you've always known just who you are. Where you're going, you've always known it. Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Where you're going, it's exceptionally smooth Michelob.
Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Temperature 81 degrees. It is cloudy. Slight wind 5 to 8 miles per hour. The humidity is high, 85%. And we've gone for those thunderstorms of this afternoon to a 30% chance of rain tonight. And the toss of the coin has just been held, and Memphis has won the toss and will receive. Our official tonight, Bill Parkinson, is the referee. Umpires Carl Paganelli, Robert Walker, the head linesman, the line judge Richard Sands, Chet DeStefano is the back judge, Ted Colano the side judge, and James Anderson the field judge. There are the Arizona Outlaws. The Wranglers last year merged with Oklahoma. You know all about that now. At one time this season, they lost 6 in a row, but Frank Bush has turned them around, and they've won their last 3 in a row. Going against Pepper Rogers' team on the other side of the field. And, of course, Pepper's team is 10-7-0, and his team has won the last 2. At one time, they had a 4-0 winning streak before they were tripped up by Portland and taken by New Jersey, but he's rebounded. He's in the playoffs, but he doesn't know what's going to happen with his contract. How would you like to be going into the playoffs, wondering, you know, getting a team that far, Paul, and wondering whether you're going to be around?
You know, we had an opportunity to visit with Pepper, and he did seem kind of down yesterday, and the first thing that came out of his mouth, I'm on a day-to-day basis and not knowing what's going on.
Well, there is Derek Crawford. He's taken over all the kick returning for Memphis. Last week, as the punt return department had a great day, including a 60-yard punt return for a touchdown against Jacksonville. And kicking off will be Luis Zendejas out of Arizona State. A great year, 104 points to lead the club. He's within striking range of the club record for scoring. That's a great rookie season. Well, Memphis will get the ball first, as Zendejas will kick off to Derek Crawford. Final Saturday night game of the regular season, and Crawford will take the ball on about his own 2. With a 10, got the wedge and out near the 24-yard line. And that will bring out Doug Williams. Doug Williams called this perhaps the worst. I'm sorry. That, of course, will bring out Mike Kelly. And Mike Kelly, last week, split the playing time with Walter Lewis for the first time in some time. He was 9 for 14 with a touchdown. Walter Lewis threw 4 passes, completed 2 of them. And Anthony Parker, 25, Tim Spencer, 46, your running backs. Gerald Bradley is in there, number 80, coming out to the left as one wide receiver. Greg Moser, 84, the other one goes to the right. Gary Shirk, 87, is the tight end. Sharp and Huffman, the tackles. McGriffin Smith, the guards. And Larry Rubens at center. And we've got timeout here momentarily at the 24-yard line. And I think they're having some trouble with the sticks on the sideline, Paul.
Well, they had him on the field, and they're going to move him back beyond the white line.
Get to the Doug Williams story when they get the ball. He calls it the worst season of professional football he has ever had, for many reasons. First down from 24, and this is Tim Spencer. And Spencer gets across the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. Now, defensively for the Outlaws, Carl Lort starting his 54th game in a row, 71. Dave Tipton, 65. Motrandy Taylor, 91, starting over Rush Brown, who's out with a neck injury. Ken Gillen, 76, the front 4. Thomas Carter, 66. Vic Koning, 53. Jimmy Carter, 52. The linebackers, David Martin, number 13 at left corner. Carl Allen, 32 at right corner. Bruce Laird, the strong safety, number 40. Selwyn Drain, number 20, your free safety. Second down at about 6. From the 28. Kelly back to throw. Kelly sits up and throws out at Derek Crawford. And Crawford's got the first down across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there by Carl Allen, number 32.
Derek Crawford. Carl Allen, number 32, is trying to cover Derek Crawford. And this is just a short out. On the other side, Moser ran it out enough. You see the linebacker, Jimmy Carter, never got back deep enough, and it left Carl Allen one-on-one. And I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot play Derek Crawford one-on-one.
We've had Frisbee night, all kinds of nights at USFL games. Tonight is cricket night. They get those little cricket things, these little metal things that you can drive your parents crazy with you as a kid. First man through, and that is Anthony Parker. And Parker gets the 40 to the 41-yard line and stopped there. A gain of about 3, second down and 7.
I believe that Memphis, they feel, I mean, they've got the pass receivers in Mosier and Crawford and Bradley, but they actually feel that they can run the ball on Arizona. And if they can control that clock and control the ball and score, they feel their defense is strong enough to hold.
Big stats tell us that Memphis is number 2 rushing the ball and that Arizona's number 10 defending against the run. From the 41, no score, just started. Here's Kelly back, looking deep. Oh, look at this, Moser! And he's got the ball inside the 25-yard line. David Martin step for step, but that was a good throw. And Moser is shaken up a little bit as he goes down.
If Kelly, he looks like he hurt his arm, but if Kelly lays that ball out, Moser's gone. He's averaging almost 20 yards per catch. David Martin has got the one-on-one duty. This time Kelly finds it on that side, ran a play-action pass. But look at how far David Martin is off of Moser. He has to wait on the ball, and when he comes down on his arm. That's a great catch. He comes down on his right arm, where Martin lands on the arm, and just as he comes down, he tucks the ball into his left arm to protect the ball, to get it away from the defender, Martin. But when he comes down, now watch, it's on his right shoulder or elbow.
Apparently he is all right. His helmet is off. He's walked to the sidelines. He is taking a seat. He caught 3 balls last week against Jacksonville for 76 yards. But that's the first big play of the game. Not on the ground, but rather through the air, and the ball is on the 23-yard line. And it's first down. In the 4th quarter against Jacksonville, despite their 31-0 win last week, Memphis, as you know, Paul, got first down inside the 5 twice in the 4th quarter and couldn't take it in. They need some killer instinct. There's some scoring potency inside their enemy territory. Okay, Bradley is left and Crawford is to the right. And here's Spencer, and he's not going to go anywhere at all. You can see number 52, Jimmy Carter, the leading tackler, right there, along with Thomas Carter, number 66, the other linebacker.
I don't believe that this play was designed to go to the outside. Now watch Spencer. He's got Parker in front blocking. 2 people blocking, and Jimmy Carter, the linebacker, stays on the outside. And actually, the man that made the play was Thomas Carter, number 66, from the backside. I think that play was designed to go off tackle and not wide.
A loss of 3 in any event, and it's second down and 13. 3 minutes are gone, no score. Bradley goes wide to the right, and Crawford comes to the left, and Moser remains on the bench, still being worked on. Back split. Looks like a passing play, and did they take too much time, or did somebody jump?
The right tackle did David Huffman, number 56, move.
False start, 56.
You know, with this the last regular season weekend of the USFL season and going to the fall in '86, David Huffman was saying the other day, I've never had 14 months off. What do I do for a year and 2 months? Huffman, a former All-American out of Notre Dame. Now, remember, the original line of scrimmage is at 23. The ball is now back at the 31, and it's second down 18.
I just think one of the interesting things that we found out, there are some players that are in their contract, specifically Louis Sharp, number 67. They can go back to the National Football League. It's in there, they can walk right into another training camp.
Take a couple weeks off and get right back in. Bradley wide to the right. Second down, and up the middle goes Parker, and Parker gets down to about, well, they'll mark it at the 18-yard line. It'll be third down and 5 to go from there. Draw play on second and 18. Picks up 13 of the 18 they need.
What a great call. They had the defensive secondary rotating into double coverage on both the wideouts, and they just ran that quick draw up front. They trapped the middle linebacker, and it was all over.
Arizona last week, well, the Express, you know, they're all through, and I mean that for the season, winding up 3 and 15. And a lot of folks thought that they were going to be a team that would threaten for the title. Well, time has been called on 3rd down and about 5. It's Frank Cush and Pepper Rogers. It's Arizona and Memphis with the Liberty Bowl. And back in a moment.
MasterCard, I need to do nothing.
MasterCard International.
Absolutely nothing.
So worldly, so welcome,
MasterCard, when it comes to nothing, you're really something.
International.
When the big U flows, America goes.
Hey, that truck runs. A Fisher & Son doesn't.
Only gets the big Q. Quaker State.
Well, you can depend on number one.
Fuel pop, they start with Pennsylvania grade crude.
Nothing like Quaker State.
It's a one-of-a-kind formula. Stable viscosity, keeps the oil flowing, protecting, no matter what.
No substitute for quality. I got 2 great partners.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
Talking about the score and potency of Memphis, they had a 1st and 10 at the 23, and here they are 3rd and 5 at the 18. Bradley wide right, Crawford to the left, no score. And Kelly back to throw. Looking right all the way and throwing over there and throwing past Mark Rowell, their 3rd leading receiver, tight end number 83. And now it is 4th down, and that would seem to mean that Alan Duncan is coming on, and Duncan is coming on.
Route is being covered. Now watch, the linebacker is going to try to pick him up. That's Thomas Carter, number 66. Route takes him to the inside. And when you look at it right there, Jim, from that angle, it doesn't look like he's open, but he was. He had Carter beat by 2 yards.
This will be a 35-yard field goal attempt. Duncan is 5 for 7 between the 30 and 39-yard marks. Good spot. Ball is up. And they've got the lead. 1st down at the 23. Had to settle for the field goal of 35 yards, but they get that. And Memphis, looking for the home field advantage, leads by 3 in the 1st quarter.
This is sulfuric acid, and it's not falling out of a bottle in a laboratory. It's falling out of the sky. It's acid rain, and it's killing our environment and your car. Left unchecked, acid rain can actually stain your car's finish. You can prevent acid rain damage by having Mr. Pride wash and wax your car once a week. It's the best protection you can get. Mr. Pride Car Wash, the professional car washes with tender touch. How do you select the right jeweler? You open with the best, Dreyfus Jewelers. Our people are exceptional jewelers, certified Dreyfus gemologists, as well as highly trained craftsmen. And jewelry that is breathtaking. Rings, gold, diamonds, precious gems. For almost half a century, discriminating buyers have found when they want the right jeweler, they choose Dreyfus.
Meet Dreyfus, where diamonds.
The All-American Boys, don't they? But don't you believe that. They're producers and directors, and they're not All-American Boys. They're the sharks of television land. I'm kidding. Bruce Connell on your left, our producer. Mark Payton on your right, our director. Great job. 3 years on the USFL. Memphis kicks off. Ernest Anderson looking for the ball at the 11-yard line. Hands the ball off to Anthony Allen going the other way, and that didn't work, did it? That didn't work because Duran Major got him, but here's Allen coming back the other way, and he is over here. Thinking he was down, Allen got out of the grasp of Major and came back almost to midfield. A little razzle-dazzle there.
Well, take a look at the reverse now, and this is close because that's Fox, number 29, that's chasing. He is there, and number 23 is Osborne, who he just throws him away. And when he does that, Anthony Allen just comes back up the sidelines, and they get a great return back to the 36-yard line where he goes out of bounds.
How un-Frank Cush-like to have a little razzle-dazzle. But he does it. He was looking for his 4th in a row. And Doug Williams, number 12, comes up. We'll talk more about him. Reggie Brown, 29. Mac Boatner, 43, the setback. That is Greg Anderson, number 89, in motion. Wide receiver.
Another reverse.
And here they come again. Al Williams with the ball, stepping out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Now let's give you the rest of them. Al Williams just ran with the ball 85. Greg Anderson was the man in motion 89. Brian Williams in for Ron Wheeler, who is out with a back injury at tight end. Don Hickman and John Stadnick, they've started every game this year, the tackles. And Tom Thayer has moved back to guard, and Mike Catlin is starting, and Alvin Powell the other guard, as a part of put back together that offensive line that's been so decimated down in Arizona. The defense in a moment. It is 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup by Al Williams. This is Mac Boatner, and Boatner gets not much. But he struggles forward and may have had enough, Paul. You check that out while I check out the defense for Memphis, which is number 2 in the league. Sam Clancy, 90. Reggie White, 92. Calvin Clark, 74. The front 3. The linebackers are Carlton Rose, 91. Steve Hammond, 54. Mike Grant, 55. Filling in for Will Coakley, who got hurt against New Jersey. And John Corker, 53. It is a first down. Your corners with Mossy Cade out. Number 32, Ray Odoms on the left. And number 31, Leonard Coleman on the right. Strong safety, Barney Bussey, number 8, and free safety, Don Besselou, 47. Okay, no score for Arizona, 3 for Memphis, but Arizona on the move out to the 46-yard line with the first down. Doug Williams gets the ball away and throws it past his intended receiver. Barney Bussey was forcing him, trying to get the ball out there to Brian Williams, a tight end, but it just didn't quite work. Williams starting tonight, 2-year veteran out of Southern, over Ron Wheeler, fine receiver who has that back injury. And it's 2nd down 10. I tell you what, this is a different offense in opening sequence by Frank Cush and his men.
Well, it's designed right at the beginning. When you run a reverse on the kickoff, then you come right back and you run a reverse on the opening play, Jim. It's to scare the defense a little bit. Now they got to think. They don't know whether you're going to run or you're going to pass. On that play there, Barney Bussey, number 8, who is a strong safety, blitzed, and the tight end didn't pick him up.
Williams to the right, and the tight end, Brian Williams, outside of him. So Williams and Williams are to the right. And that's where, no, Doug Williams is fanning across the middle, and that is Al Williams with the ball. Williams to Williams, down for a first down. And now they're saying Memphis says we got the ball, but I think that Al Williams was down at the 26-yard line. Hey, how many Williams you got? Al Williams, Brian Williams, Doug Williams.
All right, this time he's going to throw the ball to Al Williams. Now watch, this is supposed to be a little quick hitch to the outside, but that didn't happen. And Al Williams got past the linebackers. Once he does, he's downfield. Besselou, 47, misses him, but he's going to cut back into Coleman. But he is down when the ball pops out.
Anderson and Williams go to the left. This is against the number 2 defense in the league, remember. Haven't scored yet. Arizona usually gets a fast start if they get a start at all. There's a handoff to Mac Boatner, who breaks 1 tackle, and Boatner is down near the 20-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down at about 3 there. You can see getting up is Reggie White, 92, and down at the bottom is 55, Mike Grant.
The man that missed him, number 74, is Calvin Clark, who had a shot at him. Mac Boatner was running. This play was designed just to go straight up the middle of the field, and watch what happens. There's no place to go there, and there's Calvin Clark, who misses right there, and then Boatner picks up almost 6 yards.
Ball at the 20-yard line, 8:20 to go, first quarter, 3-0, Memphis, Arizona driving. With 3 wide receivers now, and Boatner the only setback. Doug Williams looking inside, and there's a flag thrown. In any event, Al Williams gets into the end zone. The flag will be thrown against Ray Odoms, the cornerback. It's going to be 1st and goal to go regardless, I'm sure.
Let me tell you what. They had a Frisbee game here once before. That was a Frisbee that came out of the end zone, Jim, and it was not a flag on the play. They just threw a...
You're kidding me.
No, Mac Boatner is now blocking. This is what fullbacks are supposed to do. That's Hammond. He came in and kind of stopped. It looks like a great block. All right, here we are downfield now. Ray Odoms is there. They do not call interference, and the pass is caught. That's just total concentration by Al Williams.
Frisbee in the picture.
The Frisbee came out on the field out of the end zone, so it looked like a flag.
Came right from behind an official. That's Alan Clark in motion. That's Reggie Brown, and he is got the touchdown. Frank Cush's team breaks out on top, leading at the moment 6-3. And that's a good drive, triggered by the reverse on the kickoff, and then the reverse on the first play of the game, and then the big passes to Al Williams, 2 of them, but Brown takes it in.
Well, again, we're looking at people that are trying to cover one-on-one. Ray Odom's trying to cover Al Williams. That doesn't work, but now we're going to give it to Reggie Brown, and this is just a straight drive in the tackle. He's following Max Boatner into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Good play, good call.
Luis Zendejas to try to make it 7-3. With Rick Johnson holding. On a stun this good crowd tonight. And that kick is good, and with 7:21 to go in the first quarter, it was the favored Memphis team that scored first, but Arizona now leads 7-3.
Nissan 300ZX Turbo. You know the car. But do you know what it's like to drive it? Now you know. Once you get inside a Z will get inside of you. For high-performance sports cars like the 300ZX, the name is Nissan.
This summer, keep your lawn and garden healthy with these Green Thumb products from True Value Hardware stores. Get this 60-foot reinforced hose for only $9.99. This impact sprinkler, just $7.99, covers nearly 6,000 square feet. And the Green Thumb Time-O-Matic timer at $6.99 turns off sprinklers automatically. Then put liquid weed killer and insecticide exactly where you need it with this 2-gallon poly sprayer, priced at just $26.99 exclusively at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Monday on ESPN, exclusive USFL football. The Houston Gamblers are off to the races against the Oakland Invaders in the final game of the regular season. Live Monday.
Zendejas to kick off to Derek Crawford, who's standing at his 3-yard line. And they're going to be taken by one of the up men. A flag is on the play this time. That is no frisbee. That is no frisbee at all, as the ball is returned by number 26, Ricky Porter.
They're going to have offside against Arizona now. The question is, do they want them? They got the ball at the 35-yard line. Yeah, but the man you have to worry about that you have back there is Derek Crawford. I think they'll take the ball at the 35.
Penalty is declined.
That's what they're going to do.
First down.
Oh, Memphis comes out first down.
Look at the left side of your line. 62, Don Hickman. Tom Thayer, number 61. And that's where the blocking comes in, along with the tight end on that side. And when they block, they actually put in another tackle, Jim, who is number 79, Chuck Page.
Moser, I don't see him on the bench, but nor is he in the ball game after that big catch of his. And apparently they hurt shoulder. Here's Mike Kelly throwing right over the middle. He's got his man wide open there, but there's a flag on the play. That is Gary Shirk, and they may have roughed Kelly. And it may have been Dave Tipton who did it.
Roughing the passer, number 65.
That's Tipton. Shirk caught the ball, but there's also the penalty on the play.
That'll put 15 more on it.
And that's what it's doing. Now another flag goes down. That may be 15 more.
That'll be on Tipton for saying something about the official. Unsportsmanlike. Is that called out unsportsmanlike conduct? Or
that's,
just
for lack of better words?
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, that's
number
it.
65.
He did it again. So Dave Tipton cost him 30 yards.
I'm not telling you who I'm rooting for, Jim, but we had a chance last night to talk to the owner of Arizona. We're not going to mention his name because he's in hiding. But if Arizona wins, we all go to Acapulco. We talked him into it last night.
Oh, yeah.
That was what, about a 15-yard or an 8-yard pass pattern, 10-yard pass pattern, and 30 yards in penalties?
That's right. Frank Cush along the sideline. Now they come out of the I formation. The ball is on the 27-yard line. First down. And Kelly to hand to Spencer. Spencer's got a blocker in front of him. Spencer got a great block and gets inside the 5-yard line. Great block. And Dave Tipton, the man who cost him 30 yards, is down on the ground and very slow to get up.
I think he gets hit from behind, Jim, but the man pulling out was the left tackle, Louis Sharp, blocking that time for Spencer and just wiped out the corner or the safety on that side. Here comes Tipton. Now we're going to see, is it Rubens the center? No, it's not coming that way. He's hit there by Ken Smith, number 61, right from the back. Here it is, and that's the shot he gets. There's somebody below. That's the tight end, Gary Shirk, that's also there. And Tipton goes down, and that's his knee, and he is All right, now take a look. See the left tackle? Look at 67 Sharp. Now, he's going to pull out. And is that Laird count up and Laird going bye-bye? That's why that hole was there. They blocked down very well. Louis Sharp gets outside. Here's the 5.
Well, it is first and goal to go. Memphis trails by 4, but threatening.
When the big Q flows, America goes.
Still beautiful, Dad.
Took your brother through college, take you wherever you want to go.
On Quaker State.
Right. Smooth oil flow is what you want, protects the engine. See, Quaker State starts with Pennsylvania-grade crude, delivers stable viscosity.
You get great protection with the Big Q.
Hey, how come you know so much?
I'm listening to you.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
Oh, my arm.
Rub something on it.
I got Ben Gay. I don't want to go back to work smelling like Ben Gay.
Don't. Try sports cream. It smells nice and clean.
Does it work?
Sports cream has a strong, clinically tested pain reliever. It starts to penetrate immediately to relieve sore muscle pain.
No workout today?
Sure. I feel great. Why?
You, usually smell like Ben Gay.
Not anymore.
Sports cream, the fast-acting pain reliever that smells great.
Tim Spence's run to the 5-yard line gives the Showboats first and 5. They're down 7-3 with 6 minutes to go first quarter. Kelly, he's a good runner. He is going to run, and he's not going to get it. Down to about the 3-yard line goes Mike Kelly, run out of bounds by Selwyn Drain, the free safety, number 20. Second down and goal to go. Kelly, you look at the rushing averages, Kelly about 6.5 yards per carry, and Walter Lewis, who may play tonight, better than 9 yards per carry. And has the longest run on the team of 43. That's Walter Lewis, who played some last week. Dan Heflin checks in, a tight end, number 88. Well, they have 2 tight ends in there. Second down, and does Reggie Brown get it or not? Second, Anthony Parker. Reggie Brown, of course, just scored. I'm looking at my notes here for Arizona.
We looked at Louis Sharp blocking before. Now, just take a look. He's going to kick out to the outside, and when he goes outside, that's Ken Gillen, number 76. Motrandy Taylor, number 91, is the man that filled in the hole. But Sharp got enough of his man to get into the end zone. We're at third. This is 4 down. Jim, they won't kick a field goal here. If they don't make it, they'll go for it.
There's Walter Lewis, whom we said played some last week. Now let's see what they do. Spencer and Parker, the setbacks, Kelly. The quarterback gives to Parker, and Parker's got the touchdown. And Memphis moves out in front again. Good drive, aided by 30 yards on one play against Dave Tipton. First of all, for roughing the passer, and then for unsportsmanlike conduct. Parker scores his 7th touchdown of the year. Well, we waited 3 years to say this is our last game in the spring ball, and they're giving us a show tonight on offense.
Walter Lewis will be the holder. Let's look at Louis Sharp again. Now, here's Sharp. Is he going to block out? He blocks out. First on Gillen. That's his man. Now, once he releases Gillen, he goes right through to the defensive secondary and gets Selwyn Drain.
Duncan in to kick the extra point. He does so. And with 5:20 to go, Memphis on top by the score of 10-7. Well, Paul, let me ask you something. 3 years, well, let's watch this first, and then I'll ask you something.
All right, Parker going over the top. Actually, he doesn't follow his blocker. If he follows Spencer, he might have been in there. Gillen was downfield, in the backfield, but if he cuts back off of Spencer, he walks in.
Remember 3 years and a couple of months ago, Legion Field, Birmingham, Alabama. We had never seen the USFL. They teed it up for their first game ever on ESPN television, and you and I were there. And now here we are 3 years and a couple of months later at the Liberty Bowl, and we wonder, well, what's going to happen? They're going to move to the fall. Nobody, you talk about uncertainty, just talk to players, coaches, officials, or team officials, and they'll say, what? You know, what are we going to do? Well, obviously, they're going to go to the fall, even though I don't think that's written in cement, but they probably will. That's the heavy odds. And It's been a spring football league for 3 years, but now it's going to go to the fall, starting at 86. That's a 14-month layoff for them. Duncan to kick the ball off. And Von Mansfield and Ernest Anderson are the deep men. I remember last time they tried a reverse. Here's Ernest Anderson. This time he's not going to try that. I don't think. Across the 20 and gets out near the 30-yard line and across the 30-yard line. That was Ernest Anderson, whom, as we all know, was quite a star at Oklahoma State. Less than a star with Arizona, averaging less than 2 yards per carry and used very sparingly. Oh, they will start at the 31-yard line, Doug Williams. Said it's his worst season in professional football. First of all, he'd signed with the USFL in Oklahoma. Then they went down to Arizona. Of course, there was a change of coaches. Then they went into a losing streak. They went to 6 in a row. No wonder. And they're not making the playoffs. Although he's had another 3,000-yard season.
But they have played well the last 3 games.
Oh, have they? Now Williams, the man in motion. Doug Williams back to throw, looking the other way, and has his big tight end Brian Williams out there. Across the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line. Put down by Don Bessalou, the free safety. And it is second down. Bruised shoulder for Greg Mosier. They'll have to x-ray that. And remember, they need him because they will be in the playoffs one way or the other next week, either here or someplace else.
And if there's any question at all, no matter what he says, they will not play him anymore.
Second down, 4 to go. Oh, no place to go. Reggie Brown has simply stood up.
I'll tell you, Reggie Brown was hit in that hole by Reggie White. Reggie White is the one that jammed up everything, and then he got help from his friends. And that's Calvin Clark. You can see him pointing. He went over and shook hands with Reggie White. He said, "You did it. All I had to do was put him down."
On his third down and 6 to go. 3.5 minutes left, first quarter. 10-7. Memphis leads visiting Arizona. And the sun is going low in the sky. There's a time this afternoon we didn't think we'd see the sun this date again. Terrific thunderstorms blocked this Memphis area. 4 wide receivers out, 3 of them to the right. Whoops, there goes Clark in motion left. And here's Doug Williams. Doug Williams has to put it up. And there's Al Williams there, and what a kick! That is knocked out of bounds by Ray Odom, the 11-year veteran out of Alabama. Ball's at the 17-yard line. Doug Williams under a tremendous rush just put it up, and Al Williams ran under it for the catch.
They put John Corker in over the center. Now, see him in the yellow pads, but watch number 92, Reggie White. Now, is this holding here? That's on Thayer right there. That's a step over toe hold.
You think that's holding?
But when Doug Williams, what a great job he did to throw this, because he just stepped back. He saw the rush coming. He just threw the ball up as far as he could throw it. Al Williams ran under it. He outran the football.
Might have been the same result, but remember, Ray Odom's 11-year veteran is over there because Mossy Cade is out with a bad ankle. They're everything out of Texas.
Now Fox has been playing that corner position.
First down, 10 to go. Ball at the 12-yard line. Williams over here, and nope, has to throw beyond Al Williams, who was double covered on the play. Looked left, threw right. Al Williams was double covered, threw the ball out of bounds, and second down from the 12.
Well, they had Fox over there, and they also had Bussey, number 8. Now, here's Fox one-on-one, but the man at the top left of your screen, you'll see his feet. He's coming out because Fox knows he can supposed to be able to release Al Williams. All of a sudden, you see Bussey coming over. The ball was thrown out of bounds and away.
It is second down from the 12-yard line. 10-7 Showboats. Arizona trying to change that around. Long count by Doug Williams. Looking and right there is his man Reggie Brown, and Brown's got the touchdown. Brown's got the touchdown. 12-yard touchdown pass. The 19th touchdown pass of Doug Williams, and the second touchdown catch by Reggie Brown, and his second touchdown of this night.
Reggie Brown came out of the backfield, Jim, and no one covered him. They just let him sit out there in the flat all by himself. Now, Reggie Brown is to the right of the screen. He comes out, and he's going to just sit there, and then Doug Williams has all kinds of time. Just take a look. Here's Reggie Brown. Bessalou hits him there. Coleman hits him there, but that's not a touchdown, Jim. It would have been a first down anyway, but the ball never crossed the goal line.
Well, it's called a touchdown, and Zendejas is in to kick the extra point to make it 14-10. Reggie Brown was lined up way wide near the sidelines. No one ever covered him. And that is good. And with 2:53 to go, we've got a track meet, but entertaining in it. 14-10, the Outlaws.
All Best Westerns have three things in common.
Harold, I'm checking this place out.
First, they pass a regular 1,000-point inspection to please even the most discriminating guest. Second, our rates are as comforting as our rooms. Third, Best Westerns are part of the world's largest and most distinctive lodging chain.
The Terrace.
Whether you're traveling on business or pleasure, stay at the right place at the right price.
Call 1-800-528-1234. Best Westerns.
Let me in.
Introducing your ultimate weapon against athlete's foot. New footwork.
The pain and itch of athlete's foot can drive you crazy. But now there's footwork.
Footwork works two ways. It cures the pain and itch of athlete's foot, then prevents its return.
Footwork, your ultimate weapon against athlete's foot.
Get new footwork now. Cures the pain and itch of athlete's foot, prevents its return.
Good crowd tonight, and there's still some stragglers coming in as we look over the edge of this Liberty Bowl here in Memphis. That is Derek Crawford, who's deep, and Zendejas will kick it off to him. And Crawford is a 3. He can fly out of Memphis State. Plus the 20, he can fly, I'm telling you. Zendejas is the man that's got him cornered over there and does the job. As Crawford brings the ball back to the 37. We've got to get out the calculators for tonight's score.
You love it when you said as soon as he got the ball, he can fly. And what they're doing is watch the wedge. Watch everybody in front, how they block. Now, when he goes up into this wedge, he just follows the 3 people through. Now he's through the wedge. Almost tackled there, but Zendejas does a great job. The reason he does a great job, Jim, is he pins him towards the sidelines where Crawford had no place else to go but to stay out there waiting for help, but Zendejas makes the tackle.
Showboats trailing by 4, but first down at the 36 of the Outlaws.
Track meet, huh?
Still in the first quarter, 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Love it. And Spencer doesn't get too much. Spencer gets across the 35. Wilkerson, a reserve defensive end, number 99, made the stop. 4-year veteran out of Houston. And it is second down and long. And now Rao is coming in. He's the best receiving tight end. And Derek Crawford comes back in. And they take out Henry Williams and Gary Shirt. So you would think that they're going to pass. On second and 7. And here's Mike Kelly back to try that. Looks, pumps once. Oh, look at this. Down there's Rao. Comes back in. Bruce Laird takes the ball away and starts running this way. But Rao saying, hey, I got it down here. So it's going to be first down and goal to go inside the 10-yard line.
Now, we're going to see a red flag here. Wait a minute. All right, we're going to see Rao. And here's the tight end. Watch the trouble that Rao has getting off the line of scrimmage, Jim, right here. First, he's hit by Carter, the linebacker. Then he's hit by Laird. Now, Laird is trying to stay with him. Look at concentration on the ball. Here's Rao over the shoulder, brings the ball in. Now, when he goes down, who has the football?
Laird's got the...
No, he does not. Rao has the ball. He's on the ground. When you have double possession like that, Jim, it automatically goes to the offensive man. Now, Rao was on the ground when he and Laird both had the ball. Are they going to have the red flag here? Red flag. I love the red flag.
Okay, put it back in your pocket. Okay, you were over 3 for one game. Now you say double possession, and that is the rule, so the ball should go to the Showboats.
Yeah, the ball will be... I'm very positive about this one, Jim. Yes, I am. All right, here's the replay again. But just take a look at it. Right here, it looks like Laird has the ball, but Rao still has it. Now, Rao is on the ground with Laird with the ball. Now, if he takes the ball away, he is down. The man is tackled. He is down. Double possession of the ball remains with the offense. But this is a great catch by Rao. Look at this catch. Laird's arm is stuck to the inside. Now, when they go down, here's where you want to take a look at it. Right here.
Arizona will be charged with a timeout.
It stays because it's double possession. Good call by the official. I like it. 1 out of 4.
Timeout call. Timeout charged against Frank Cush, and of course that's the only time he can use the red flag in this half. Kelly now 4 of 5 for 79 yards. And it is a first down at the 7-yard line as the Showboats try to recapture the lead in the first quarter with 55 seconds and counting on the scoreboard.
This is a running situation with the Showboats. They'll probably end up passing, but they've been running almost every first down and throwing on second.
Well, the corners are dropping off, and they're going to let the ball be run by Anthony Parker, and not much there.
They tried a quick trap up the middle, Jim. It just didn't work because everybody was sitting in there waiting on the play to happen. And Eric Williams, the linebacker, number 48, was the man that makes the play. They didn't have enough people to trap the people who were on the defensive line of scrimmage.
This could be the last play of this rather explosive first quarter. It's 14-10, and the quarter's not over yet.
They're going to let it go.
They're going to let it go down. 12 seconds and counting. A field goal by Duncan was the first score, then Reggie Brown scored, then Parker scored, and then Brown scored again, and it's 14-10 at the end of 1 quarter.
I can't get to sleep at night, watching my baby. When I turn out all the lights, it drives me crazy. It's every color of the rainbow. To see the VCR, the movie star, keeps me up around the clock. I just can't stop myself from watching. Shiva VCR, watching it. It's a movie star, watching it. Shiva VCR, watching it.
No matter how fast life gets, no matter how hard you work, Right Guard can help keep you smelling good for up to 24 hours. That's protection. Right Guard protection.
You work hard to need Right Guard.
H.B. Scott won a gold medal at the 1904 World's Fair because he made chewing tobacco like no one else. Today, that tradition lives on in H.B. Scott's premium blend. It's specially cut in ribbons from the tender part of each leaf. And it's this special cut that makes H.B. Scott such a smooth, clean chew. No other chewing tobacco looks or tastes like it because no other brand is made like H.B. Scott's premium blend.
Get ready, New York, for the first title game to come your way in 20 years. The championship of the USFL. Sunday, July 14th, the United States Football League will crown its champion beginning at 8 p.m. at the Meadowlands. This is your chance to see football at its best. Tickets are available at the Meadowlands box office and all Ticketron outlets.
Jim Simpson, Paul McGuire, we are live from the Liberty Bowl at our final Saturday night USFL game of this 1985 season in the springtime. For the springtime, according to the league's proclamation of moving to the fall of 1986. Our situation, second down 6 at the 6-yard line for Memphis. They trail 14-10 as we begin the second quarter.
Play action number here now,
Spencer, he's not going to get it. Got close with Paul's continuous effort, and that's what Spencer showed there. And I'm sure you know that he's a former Arizona Wrangler before the Wranglers became the Outlaws.
Here comes Spencer. Now, just watch the leg drive of Spencer. Forget about that. When he hits in here, it's all jammed up. Now he's hit. Now watch where he ends up. That's the 5-yard line. Spencer, with his leg drive, continuous effort, gets down to the 1-yard line. And again, Jim, you're in a situation where it's 4 down. I don't see him kicking a field goal here. They're going touchdown all the way.
Spencer goes out, and Gerald Bradley, a wide receiver, comes in, leaving only Anthony Parker as a setback. And here's Kelly, and he can run this ball in. He can run this ball in, and does. Kelly scores his 6th touchdown rushing the ball.
Jimmy, you wonder sometimes why they put 3 wide receivers in the game on the 1-yard line on the 3rd-and-1 situation. What that does is it spreads the defense out. It takes those corners and safeties out of there. And when Kelly rolls out now, he's rolling to, in fact, the weak side where there's only one man there. When he does, He breaks it up. Bollinger is in front of him. He just stays right behind Bollinger into the end zone for a touchdown. That's a smart call.
Bollinger really took David Martin, who was trying to leap out of his way, for a little tour, didn't he? Alan Duncan with, again, Walter Lewis, the holder. And early in the second quarter, with only 6 seconds gone, Showboats move out on top of the Outlaws of Arizona. How about this game, huh? What a way to wind up. Hope things don't get dull. This is fun. Memphis leads Arizona 17-14, and there's a lot more to come, almost 3 quarters worth.
Look at my watch, it was 9:31, so I called my baby, said let's have some fun, and we rode. Riding on the river. We were riding on the river, rolling from the break of dawn.
The new Honda Rebel. Everything you ever wanted in your first motorcycle, only $12.98.
And we rode, riding on the river. We were riding on the river, rolling from the break of dawn.
It hugs the road with bulldog tenacity. It's warranted for 30,000 miles, yet it costs under $30. This impressive automotive accomplishment isn't in the car. It's on the car. The Sears Guardsman Radio. 2 steel belts and a 30,000-mile warranty for less than $30.
There's more for your life
Confidence installed.
at Sears.
Here we go again. The kick is in the air, and Bob Mansfield, just recently activated by Arizona, returns the ball to about the 24-yard line, where it is 1st and 10 for Doug Williams and company in this come-from-behind, go-ahead, come-from-behind game that we're watching.
All right, watch on the right-hand side of your screen. You're going to see David Martin. Actually, what he does is takes himself out of the play. But Kelly's smart enough to follow number 73, Bollinger. Now, watch what happens. On the right, here he comes. Martin just jumps up in the air. He's just saving his life is all he's doing. He says, I see a big tackle coming out there, a big guard, and I don't want to get hit. So all I got to do is get out of his way.
Bollinger only weighs 255, one of the smaller men.
Yeah.
And then for Martin, who weighs 180.
How much do you weigh?
Me? Yeah. Well, I'm not telling. In the 70s somewhere. Here's Doug Williams. First down. Oh, one of the rare sacks against Doug Williams. One of the rare sacks. One thing they're so proud of, that looks like Jay Hayes down the bottom. He says he's got the ball, but they put Williams down. Williams has only been sacked 25 times in the previous 17 games. Reggie White was the man leading the way along with Jay Hayes, 92 and 93.
Reggie White just goes right over the center, Catalan, and just takes him all the way back to Williams and then makes the tackle.
Oh,
that
that's
is
all
excellent.
White.
It is. It was all White, ran over the center, took him all the way back to the quarterback, which is about 7 yards back, and then makes the tackle.
They didn't think Catalan would start tonight. They thought Thayer was going to have to go because Catalan has been hurt. Arthroscopic surgery May 28th. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side on 2nd down and 18. Doug Williams has the time. Oh, my. Gets the ball back to the 20-yard line. That's a pickup of a couple. Alan Clark makes the catch at the 20, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 14 to go.
All right, Catalan's going to try and make up for it. Now they're back on Reggie White again. Watch Catalan, the center. He's there, and he's not helping out right now. That's Alvin Powell, number 73. Now, look at Powell just takes Reggie White over Catalan. Catalan was looking the other way. He said, wait a minute, what is that?
I was watching Catalan go back, remembering that arthroscopic surgery less than a month to go. And here he is with that kind of lateral movement that Catalan showed us there. 3rd down and long, remember. About 14. Again, 4 wide receivers. Doug Williams back. And Doug Williams has the ball almost picked off. Almost picked off by Don Besselou. A free safety playing center field. And now there's a little scrimmage down around the 15-yard line that has nothing at all to do with football, except what might have happened in the football game. And Reggie White is talking to someone.
Okay, Memphis is fired up, and so are the Arizona team. They are just ready. Here comes Reggie White again. Now that's Alvin Powell. They switch off. They move back. Stadnick, number 67, is out there. I don't know what happens in here. But
well, you can see there.
76 is Banaszak on the ground, but it's 4th down.
Cash to Bruin for the first punt of the night. Derek Crawford with that great week last week against Jacksonville as a deep man. And may get a chance with this at the 35 if he goes the other way, and he's going to go over there. Nobody's over there. Crawford, remember, and again it's going to be the kicker trying to nail him out of bounds, and someone else comes over to help out. Everybody was to the near side of the field. Crawford spotted that, went to the far side of the field, and another outstanding return.
Let me tell you something. If this league folds, that man's going to the National Football League. Jim, he outran the entire Arizona team to the other side. He is beyond the hash mark. You see the numbers there? He's near the sideline. But watch his speed. He's going to just turn it on right here and just outruns everybody to the other side. Just no chance for anyone to get to him. Number 59, Simmons, is a linebacker. You can forget that, Jazz. And here they come. Crawford gets there. The punter, Case DeBruin, did the smart thing, tried to hold him the sidelines again and get some help.
First down from the 30-yard line. Memphis leading by 3, trying to make it more. Spencer struggles for 5. Poor Mike Cadlin. Anthony Allen, one of his own teammates, ran right up his back on that play and knocked him down. He has been getting pushed around these last couple of plays.
What am I doing in here? I wasn't supposed to start.
Second down and 8 to go. Here are the last 3 possessions. Memphis on 25, 35, points 36, field goal, and a couple of touchdowns. Well, that's the kind of game it is, 17-14, with 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half.
I don't think Memphis is thinking playoff right now. They're thinking about this football game.
Kelly across the middle. It is caught there. Shirk was the man who looked like he got it, but instead it's Tim Spencer out of the backfield who did have it. They were both right in the same area, which means mix-up, but Spencer caught the ball.
It really did look funny, though, because Shirk had his hands out. He's looking for the ball, and Spencer just took it away. Spencer, on a situation like that, Jim, he's a back. He's got a blocking assignment. If no linebackers come, then it's his option to drift out of the backfield. He just drifted right into the tight end area, but they picked up the first down.
Crawford left, Bradley right, and Moser on the bench with a bruised shoulder. And here comes Spencer. Look at this. Look at the block he gets, and puts his head down and gets down to about the 1 or 2 yard lines. First and goal to go. Memphis.
Oh, Jim. When we were looking out, do you see Bruce Laird disappear? Well, Louis Sharp pulled again. Remember the play when Spencer ran in the first quarter? Watch number 67 coming down the line of scrimmage. And watch what happens to Bruce Laird. Goodbye, Bruce. I mean, you're on your back. And if Spencer cuts back to the inside, he has touchdown because he has a blocker downfield, but he cuts back into where the man's being blocked. Bradley, number 80, was blocking on the corner. Spencer cuts in, he has the touchdown, but they're at the 1.
Marks the ball at the 1. Beleaguered Pepper Rogers. Beleaguered in the playoffs, but as we said, some people say day by day his contract. Parker dives and has the touchdown. And Parker has his second diving touchdown. Now this is the biggest lead of the game. Should they kick the ball here, Memphis would have a 10-point lead.
All right, Parker, just all he wants to do is he knows he's got to get a yard. And once he gets his feet planted now, he sets himself, and he just dives over the top. Walter Lewis comes into the game, Jim, now as the holder.
Pepper, and yep, that's what he wants. Duncan to kick the extra point. And there is the 10-point spread. But we have 40 minutes and 37 seconds left to go with the score of the Showboats 24 and the Outlaws 14.
This is the corporate headquarters building of Home Federal on Poplar east of Perkins, the busiest intersection in Memphis. Imagine what this area must have been like back in 1876 when Home Federal first opened for business downtown. Lush, rolling farmland. But obviously a lot has changed since then. And so has Home Federal. Today we offer state-of-the-art financial services for both businesses and individuals. And yet we've maintained that spirit of 76 attitude of friendly personal attention for every customer. At Home Federal, that will never change.
Memphis' favorite cars are here now in abundance at Memphis' oldest and largest Olds dealer. Pryor has 85 Oldsmobiles aplenty, fun cars, family cars, luxury cars, plus our new size Calais, the world-class cars. Starting out early to sell more than ever before and trading as if it were closeout time.
Pryor new car volume means prices are the lowest. Our used car volume means Pryor trades higher. Get your special olds and your special deal.
In a Pryor Oldsmobile.
2525 Mount Moriah.
On that shoulder, no taping that we can see, but his pads are off, so he may be through for the night.
Oh, yeah, that's all. They're just going to take a precaution.
Okay, Clark is back there with Anderson this time, and Anderson's got the ball, and he's returning the ball. That's a pretty good-looking run right there as he gets out to the 29-yard line. And now, Doug Williams and his teammates will try to get back in the scoring column. They're down by 10, biggest lead of the ball game.
You know, Pepper was telling us yesterday, he was kind of, they said he had a great week of practice with the team. He's hoped they're ready for this game and not looking ahead at playoffs. This team, 4 times they've touched the ball. 1 field goal, 3 touchdowns in 4 separate drives. They're the second-best team in the USFL on defense, and offensively, they are doing a great job, and Arizona has not even been able to slow them down.
And let's face it, Arizona's only been slowed down once.
That's
so
right.
That was when DeBrune had to kick the last time they had the ball. First down, 29-yard line. Brown, the man in motion, and Boatner, the man with the football, and he's across the 30-yard line where Leonard Coleman comes up. Leonard Coleman, a year ago in the NFL draft, was the 8th-man pick, the #1 pick of the Colts. Second down and 6 to go from a 33.
All right, Banaszak is coming into the game. They're going to go 4-down linemen. Let's see.
Well, they've taken out a down lineman.
They're taking Carlton Rose out as a linebacker, and they're going 4-down linemen.
They are going 4 down. You're right. Second down, long 6 to go. They're showing 5 men, sometimes 6 to the line of scrimmage now. And Williams is doing a lot of checking off there before handing the ball to Reggie Brown, who tries to get outside and is unsuccessful as Sam Clancy comes down the line to put him down. And now it is going to be 3rd down and 8.
Jim, I think you can get away with holding in the offensive line. Now, let's just take a look at this defensive line. There's Reggie White, number 92. And they're trying to grab him by the shoulder. And that's all right, you can do that. But look at Clancy coming down the line of scrimmage. That's a defensive end, folks, and catches Reggie Brown. But, I mean, it looks like he's faster than he is. But Reggie Brown had to slow up for the blockers and and Clancy makes the tackle.
Williams needs the big play here. Nearly 7 to go. Going down and has his man across the way and has his first down, and that is Greg Anderson, number 89, out of Alabama State. And that's the big play they needed. Moves the ball across the 40 to the 43-yard line. 8:10 to go. Well, you heard the story. Bill Tatham, the president of the club, said to the Arizona Outlaws, who've won their last year in a row, win this, we'll take you to Acapulco for 4 days. And everybody said, yeah, we're going to, but the league is saying, oh, no, you don't, and we'll just see what happens.
I think Bill will win.
They better straighten up if they're going to go on a winning basis. But they're on a good drive here. There's Doug Williams back with all the time in the world. Time to direct, and that opens it up and has a man across the 40, and Greg Anderson said, I've got it right there. And they mark it at the 37-yard line. There was a time that Williams rolled right, Paul, and he could have picked 1 or 2 or 3 receivers.
Well, you know, you talk about a hard throw by Williams because this ball is also deflected before Greg Anderson gets to it. But watch the arm on Doug Williams. Here's the throw. Here's the deflection of the ball. Just take a look at the ball, and that thing still stayed as a spiral and went right into his hands. Take a look at here. This is unbelievable. You talk about strength in your arm, and I think that it might have been Corker that got a piece of it, or Grant. I'm not sure.
Ball at the 37-yard line. First down. Williams hands off, and Boatner fights his way inside the 35-yard line to about the 33-yard line. Mike Grant down at the bottom, number 55. Well, all the way down at the bottom is number 91, Carlton Rose. Down to the second down and 6 to go. 6:40 left in an exciting first half. They traded scores until Memphis put 2 in a row together to lead by 10, 24-14. But here come the Outlaws. Number 34 with second down. Williams to the right and Greg Anderson to the left. Good crowd, humid evening, thunderstorms this afternoon, temperature in the 80s as we began the game. Look at the quick start of Brown. No wonder he went over 1,000 yards this year. He gets to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Remember when they said we had no speed in the backfield, and we saw Reggie Brown out in Tempe, Arizona, when he ripped a 44-yard touchdown run right up the middle, racing past everybody. He's got some speed getting the line of scrimmage.
They forgot to tell Reggie Brown that.
Ball at the 30-yard line, 3rd down and 2 to go.
Nice man, too, I'll tell you that. I spent some time with him on the field before the game. He likes when you and I are there, because when we were there in Arizona that one time, it was his first 100-yard game.
He's had a few since. Now Brian Williams almost set up on the wrong side on this 3rd down and short yardage situation. That's Clark, the man in motion. And Boatner, did he get it or not? No. I don't think he did. So now let us see what Frank Kush does. Does he depend on Luis Zendejas, who is 7 for 11 in the 40-yard range, 40 to 49-yard range of kicking field goals, but when they get outside the 50, and it wouldn't be 50, he is 0 for 2. And I would imagine, Paul, it depends on where they mark the ball.
Well, I mean, they're looking at the bench. They're going field goal. You're not going anywhere. This is the last game. You're down by 10 points. They're going to kick a field goal.
Stop your analysis in midstream here.
I was just going to say, well, you're looking at the number 2 defensive team in the USFL, and you know I don't normally second guess the coaching staff, and there's Frank Kush in there, but I can promise you one thing. I think if they were at Arizona playing this game, he might get booed.
47-yard field goal. Zendaya up. Now the holder is walking off.
Timeout.
Johnson walks off. They call timeout, and we'll come back in a moment.
At a sticker price of $59.99, this Nissan lists for $1 more than our leading competitor's standard truck. But look what you get for your buck. A bigger engine, bigger payload, a 5-speed, steel-belted radials, welded double-wall bed, all for $59.99. Nissan. It's a lot more truck for $1.
8.8% financing will save you lots of bucks on any new Nissan truck. The rate is great. The name is Nissan.
Whenever I go out for some fresh air, I always take along my Freedom phone. Cordless. It sounds great inside and outside the house. This is the only cordless with a range-extending antenna for better reception. And the ringer's in back, where it's easy on your ear.
Hello?
Susan? Eric.
Hi, Eric.
You sound wonderful. I was in the neighborhood. Thought I might drop by.
Freedom Phone, the cordless that sounds clear as a bell.
Boy, hope I can find a parking space.
Tomorrow, excitement is the key on ESPN. Super fast unlimited hydroplanes go full throttle for the finish line at the Budweiser Regatta. Then the pressure's on at the LPGA Mayflower Classic. You'll feel the tension during our live final round coverage. It's all tomorrow on ESPN.
They are going for it. 4th down and 1 from the 28. Clark, the man in motion. And this is Boatner, and he's got it in more. Fumbled a football and is picked up shy of the 1st down, I believe. And that would give it back to Memphis. Had the 1st down, fumbled the football, and they recovered it shy of the 1st down.
I'm going to tell you one thing. The man who recovered the ball, you talk about thinking while you're on your back on the ground, tried to roll for the 1st down. Noonan didn't have the 1st down. I don't believe they got it. They're going to bring the chains across. Whoever picked up the ball did the smartest thing that you could ever do, and that's roll towards that 1st down marker.
Was that Tom Thayer, 61? Let's watch.
I don't know, but here comes Boatner. Look at the hole on the top side, Jim. The hole is there. The blocking is great. Brian Williams gets a block. There's no problem there. Boatner's way beyond, and he gets hit, and I don't know.
That's Thayer.
Watch what Thayer does. He can see the marker. All he's got to do now is keep rolling.
That's going to be close.
If they mark the ball, he's going to miss it by about a half of the ball. They don't have the 1st down.
It doesn't look like.
They don't. I'm telling you.
I know what you're saying. I'm saying it doesn't look like. But where they mark the ball and everything else is 2 different things.
Frank said, I knew I should have kicked that field goal.
One of those things, you know. Boatner got hit right on the ball. And what Frank Kush is not happy about, I think, is where they marked the ball after Thayer rolled with it. But now, time is, well, they're readjusting the sticks, that's all. They'll put the ball on the 27-yard line. Nothing there. It is still a 10-point lead for Memphis, but more importantly, they've got the ball.
What a great football game.
Oh, yeah.
First time they passed on first down, Jim.
Here's Kelly, and he is going. Oh, the ball is caught. And there's the touchdown by Henry Williams. Only a second touchdown catch of the year, but there's a penalty against Memphis. Bring it back. Bring it back. 73 yards, bring it back.
You got a holding penalty in the offensive line. It's all wiped out. Look at Kelly. He is upset, but what a great play by Williams. Jim, he caught that ball, Henry Williams, on a dead run and still maintained his balance, didn't go out of bounds. Look at Henry. You've got to be sick to your stomach. Kelly is. Super call. And now, it's the second time we saw Al Williams outrun the football. Watch Henry outrun the ball. He is just going to outrun the football. David Martin is trying to stay with him. Look, he's got to go back over his shoulder. Soft hands. Stay in bounds. He does that. Goodbye, David, but bring it back. You'll have a 10-yard penalty.
Martin looked as though he tripped over his own feet there, Paul.
You know the sad part about it? When you do this right here, that's a fine. So not only did he not get a touchdown, but he also is going to get fined for throwing the ball into the stand.
and that celebration was all for naught. Beautiful celebration. First down and 20 to go. Still 24-10, less than 4 minutes to go. Kelly hands the ball off this time. And this, for the first time in the game, is Leonard Williams. And another flag goes down.
Well, I don't know, is that the 30-second clock went on?
I don't know.
Or it's got to be against the offense.
Field and on the other side of the field.
So it's got to be either delay a game or on the offense because you don't stop.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 21 before the play occurred.
Oh, excuse me.
That's on Middleton.
Excuse me.
Why would Calvin Middleton, after a ball was called back, say something or do something as the play got going?
Well, Cush was talking to the officials about the mark of the ball on the last play, on the fourth down play, when Thayer had the ball. So obviously Middleton took it upon himself to go ahead and do that, or somebody else did something to him on the last play. But rarely do you see a play stop.
First down and 20, now to first down and 10.
Yeah, you know, when it's ready to go, unless it's an offensive foul. That's why I thought it would have been offense.
Williams and Spencer the setbacks, and they're going to throw over here to Bradley. Bradley's across the 40, and is brought down by Vic Koenig, the middle linebacker, and he's got a first down. Well, a lot of bizarre things have happened in this game, and early on, the bizarreness of the offense and the kick return of Arizona got them off to a good start. Now it's bizarreness in a different kind of way. Penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct. 30 yards against Dave Tipton on one drive, roughing the passer, and then unsportsmanlike conduct. That's the second unsportsmanlike conduct in this ball game, and the first half isn't over yet against the Outlaws.
Saying some bad things down there, Jim.
24-14, Memphis, and they've got the ball. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Flags go down again. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Dave Tipton.
Carl, false start on the quarterback, a head bob.
Aha. No, that was not Tipton. Tipton came across catching the head bob, and so that's a 5-yard back the other way.
This is a Mike Bob. Mike Bob in his head. You watch? I
just saw him turn right and left.
No, that looked good to me.
Didn't look good to the official.
No. See, those are ones with the flags.
All right, let's regroup. The ball is at the 39-yard line. It's first and 15. It's been first and 10, first and 20, first and 10, now first and 15. All on the same series here. And Williams fights out to about the 45-yard line. And the initial tackler out there looked to be Koenig again. And now it is going to be second down.
I'm so glad that Pepper had the confidence in you and me and just tell us that they're going to run the ball on this team.
Well, as we've said before, Paul, they are number 2 in the league rushing the ball. And defensively, Arizona's number 10 in the league defending against the run.
Look out for the tight end now. They got double up on the outside. Oh, drop the ball.
Still battling for the ball. And let's see who's got the ball. Tyrone McGriff says, I got the ball. What a bizarre. Are they going to move forward, or are they just going to keep going forward and back, forward and backward? This is a bizarre series here.
Here comes the exchange. Now, when he goes to turn the ball around, it just slips out of his hands. Now, there's Louis Sharp. They're going to run that sweep again. Here comes the ball. A bunch of legs kicking it. Tipton's leg kick it out of there. And there's Tyrone McGriff. Tyrone has it.
2 minutes to go. We're just in the first half. Memphis leads by 10 and has the football.
You know why I come to CarQuest Auto Parts stores? This man, the CarQuest Qualified Counterman. He's got hundreds of thousands of parts, and I can't tell you how often he's helped me out.
CarQuest can help you rev up performance with a new set of Autolite spark plugs. Autolite plugs have a unique power tip to keep you running right, so stop stalling today at CarQuest.
I go to CarQuest, because sometimes you need all the help you can get.
CarQuest, the right place to buy auto parts.
Remember the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, it doesn't always work that way. If you do become ill, remember, early diagnosis of any medical problem is the key to good health. Don't wait for a problem to get worse before you have it checked. If you don't have a regular doctor, call Eastwood Hospital. Eastwood's Physician Referral Service is a free program that will direct you to the right doctor for your needs. All it takes is a phone call.
Don't wait to choose a doctor. Call Eastwood Hospital, 369-8293.
Beautiful night along the Mississippi. 2 minutes to go in the half. Third down and 12 to go. They've had about 12 plays to get from the 29 to the 43. But most of them been called back because of penalties. But this is a big third and long. And Kelly throws the ball out there, and it is caught out there. And that is Carl Allen holding on to the receiver. And Derek Crawford does not get the first down. So now we're going to see the first punt of the night, apparently, for Memphis. Jim Miller comes out.
Now, remember one thing.
By the way, excuse me, Carl Allen was laughing at Derek Crawford when he pulled on him there, which was in our picture, Paul. Go ahead.
All right. There's only one timeout for Arizona, the Outlaws. And what you do right here, Jim, is just let that 30-second clock run down, let the clock all the way down. Take a penalty, because a penalty will not hurt you here. Take all the time off the clock. Arizona really can't afford to stop the clock here.
Okay. 15 seconds. They're counting. This is on the play clock. 10 seconds. They're still counting. 7. Oh, they didn't do it. Gets the ball away and apparently into the end zone. Let's see what happens. Yes, it's going to go into the end zone and will come out of the 20-yard line. 59 seconds to go in the half, and Arizona's got one more chance, trailing by 10.
Which cereal has more vitamin nutrition than any other? Kellogg's Product 19 cereal, but you'd never guess.
Oh?
Because Product 19 vitamins are flaky, bumpy, crispy, crunchy, and taste so good. Product 19 goodness comes from corn, oats, wheat, and rice.
Delicious.
Kellogg's Product 19.
Flaky.
Bumpy.
Crispy. Crunchy.
Mmm. Tasty vitamins.
It hugs the road with bulldog tenacity. It's warranted for 30,000 miles, yet it costs under $30. This impressive automotive accomplishment isn't in the car. It's on the car. The Sears Guardsman Radio. 2 steel belts and a 30,000-mile warranty for less than $30.
There's more for your life
Confidence installed.
at Sears.
I'm Bob Lee. Join me at halftime. We'll take a look at the Oakland Invaders with that 12-4-1 mark. This team that last year had a bit of a struggle. Right now, as we approach the final week of the regular season, the Western Conference champions, very possibly the best bet to rule the USFL.
At halftime, Bob Lee will be talking about the best in the West. Bob, might as well call it the best in the league. 12-4-1 starting the weekend. That's the best record of anybody. First down from the 20-yard line. Doug Williams in Arizona, 58 seconds to go in the half. And the handoff, and not going very, very far at all, is Boatman.
Oh, Reggie Reggie White again. I'll tell you, Cadlin, number 50, the center, was trying to block him. He not only played through him, Reggie White did, but it went right through and made the tackle on Boatner for a 1-yard loss. You talk about a man that's fired up as Reggie White. They can't even slow him down.
No timeout has been called. 35 seconds to go. And it took them a long time to get this thing organized here. With no huddle, now across the middle. Whoops, I don't think Alan Clark caught the ball. Had the ball dropped it. That stops the clock with 28 seconds to go. It is 3rd down and 11. 24-14 Memphis. The score has been something in this ball game. 3-0 Memphis, 7-3 Arizona, 10-7 Memphis, 14-10 Arizona, 17-14 Memphis, and 24-14 Memphis. All in the first half, of course. Williams, the big play man thus far, goes to the right, and Greg Anderson comes to the left.
5 receivers out. No one in the backfield, Jim.
Everybody go down, and I'll throw long. He's got the time and fires the ball, and the ball is picked off. And you can see that that is Ron Osborne, number 23. And Osborne gets the ball down to field goal territory. They have a chance to run a play or two before trying for the field goal. 16 seconds on the clock. Osborne with his 3rd interception of the year.
All right, here comes Reggie White again. He knows he's going to get arrested halftime, so he goes up right first. He's on Cadlin here. Cadlin's going to. He knows he's got help by Powell on the outside, so he gets a block. Excuse me, that is not Powell. That's Stadnick. They're double teaming White. Then Osborne. He's going to play the center field right here, and watch this. Here's the pass to Al Williams. Oh, excuse me, that wasn't Al Williams. That was McDade, number 25. And Osborne picks it up. Just run away from all this stuff. Don't cut back in here, because watch what happens. All these black shirts and the big guys come after you. Alvin Powell.
Alvin Powell weighs 265. Ron Osborne weighs about 190. Not a bad build for a defensive back over their cornerback out of Iowa State.
All right, Jim, you got 2 pass plays that you can throw here, and then you take the field goal. But they have time, and they also have 2 timeouts remaining, or 1 timeout, remaining.
Ball is on the 17-yard line. 1st down. Here's Kelly for one of the 2. The blitz is on. Puts it across the middle, and there goes for the touchdown. Bradley makes the catch and the score. And I tell you what, Arizona's not been a big second-half team. I'm wondering about south of the border down Mexico way, whether they'll get to Acapulco if it is based on winning.
Well, let me just tell you one other thing that you can think about in the 3rd quarter. And this is almost unbelievable. The Memphis Showboats in the 3rd quarter, in 17 games this season, have only given up 37 points. That's just a little bit better than 2 points in the 3rd quarter per team.
So things look bleak for Arizona in their 3-game winning streak, and things look good that Memphis will host a playoff game in the Liberty Bowl here at Memphis next weekend as Alan Duncan comes on. And it is 31-14. The seesaw battle has become a runaway in the half for Memphis.
Now watch Bradley. They're actually going to end up 2 receivers in the same area. There's Bradley, and right there is number 25, Anthony Parker, the back. No one covered Bradley. The man that looked like he was closest to him was Thomas Carter, who was the linebacker. He went in and said a little prayer. I like that. There comes Bradley, and you're going to see Parker, 25, coming out of the backfield. They both seem to be in the same area, but the only man near Bradley, David Martin, was supposed to be covering him, number 13. I just wonder where he was.
Bradley out of Weber State, his first touchdown of the year.
This guy can dance, too, can he?
Ought to score more. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, Frank Kush got his team back on track after that 6-game losing streak and all the decimation to his offensive and defensive line. Kit Lathrop, lineman of the year for 2 years, is their line coach now. Ball is kicked off and is running free, and Anderson will pick it up. Whoops, I hope he picks it up. He does at the 10, and not much to go right there. Not much to go. Kelly, 8 of 9 in the first half for 130 yards and 1 touchdown. That's not bad for a first half. And a 17-point lead at the half.
If I were Arizona here, Jim, just take the ball and put it down because they get the ball.
Get out of here for the half.
They get the ball the second half, but just kneel down, get it over with. Because they've got so many speedy guys in that defensive secondary, you throw a bomb down there, they intercept it, you can end up 38.
What led to the last 7 points? Oswald with the interception. Williams to the right and Greg Anderson to the left. 3 seconds to go. Let's see what Doug Williams does do. No, he's going to put it up. Throws it out here. Let's see what can be done with this. Greg Anderson carries it out of bounds, and the first half is over. Well, the first quarter was seesaw back and forth. Second quarter was over.
The one turnover by Arizona was the interception, which cost another touchdown. But when you take a look at it, look at Kelly throwing the ball. 8 out of 9. Williams, 9 out of 14. The yards rushing, Arizona has not been able to rush the football. 13 yards rushing total.
And the one turnover led to the 7 points. It made it a 17-point difference at the halftime end. Duncan, the man to tee it up.
Just keep in mind, folks, that in 17 games this year, the Memphis Showboats have only given up 37 points in the third quarter. That's just a tad better than 2 points for this entire third quarter.
Taken by the up man there. And that is the linebacker on the play, and that is Eric Williams, and he brings the ball out to the 37-yard line. Arizona got off like a house of fire with touchdowns on its first 2 drives, but then they came a cropper. Punt, lost the ball on downs when there was a fumble, and the interception led to the final score of Memphis in the first half. Now they'll try to do something better than that with the ball at the 39-yard line.
See if they can score in this quarter.
Outstanding field position, not the best when I say outstanding, but certainly almost to the 40-yard line, which gives them something to go there. There's Max Boatner carrying the ball. Good hole, and Boatner gets across the 45 to about the 46-yard line before he's hauled down there by Calvin Clark and also getting up Sam Clancy. Well, it'll be second down and short. And I'm sure Frank Kush said, patience, fellas, patience. Just play your game here. You got a lot of time left, almost a half an hour playing time.
I think one other thing must be noted here, too, that Arizona in the fourth quarter, have averaged in 17 games of just a tad over 3 points. So this is an important quarter for them. They do not do well in the fourth quarter.
And Memphis doesn't let the other team do well in the third quarter. But let's see what happens here. Boatner falls down. And that's Clancy on top of him, but falls down as he was cutting upfield. So statistics say this ball game should belong to Memphis. But hold on, we got 13 minutes and 35 seconds in the third quarter to go. Boatner. Kevin Long was in there. Clark started there. Boatner was a backup running back and tight end. Now he is the starting fullback.
Jim, didn't that stat say that Arizona only had 13 yards rushing in the first team? And they came out with 2 rushing plays?
Right.
Kind of strange, isn't it?
Third down and 3. They lost the yard on the last play. And here's what he's back to throw. Has the time, has the man, and throws it beyond him. That is Reggie Brown out of the backfield, and it's fourth down, and they'll have to give it up. So what they usually call, whether you're ahead or behind, a very crucial drive, the beginning of the second half, goes for naught for Arizona.
92 Reggie White on Catlin again, number 50. Now just take a look at Thayer comes in to try to help Reggie White. He knocks the ball away. He gets his hand on the ball, and they had 2 people blocking him. Someone forgot to tell him that this game doesn't mean anything. Except for home field advantage in the first game, it really does.
Here's Derek Crawford. And Case DeBruin to kick the ball away to him. Had the ball at the 39-yard line. Boatner slipped, and then a bad pass, and they could not pick up the first down. And this is not an outstanding kick at all, but Crawford steps by one of the men down there, picks up the ball beyond him, and there he goes, and that's the touchdown. And the flag is down. He let the flag is down at the 47-yard line in the middle of the field. But he let the man overrun the ball. Then Crawford stepped around him, fielded it behind him, and went down the side.
Holding on the receiving team, the post-possession foul.
Remember, Henry Williams had a long, long touchdown pass called back. Now Crawford has a touchdown return of the kickoff call, or the kick called back, the punt.
This is a post-possession. It'll be measured It's from where he touches the ball, and that's why it's important when you see an official when on a return, you see him throw that little doohickey that they throw out there, that little round pad. That's the marker, right? And then that's where it's going to be penalized from, not from where the holding was. This is close possession. But what a great return by Crawford.
And now Bill Parkinson is telling us time is called on the field. 12:45 to go, early on. Arizona has kicked the ball away to Memphis.
I've driven a lot of sports cars, but to get a legendary one for under $11,000, you're only talking Mazda RX-7. The cockpit's very well thought out. Everything's right where it should be. And nothing delivers power as smoothly as Mazda's rotary engine, all the way up through all 5 gears. Near perfect balance, too.
At 10,945, sports car value just doesn't get any better. Mazda RX-7.
Some people would rather put up with dandruff than use a dandruff shampoo. I guess they think they're too harsh. A shampoo should care for hair. Mine does. Its special self-balancing formula spins dandruff protection only where I need it. On my scalp, not on my hair. And it gently conditions where it's needed. Leaves my hair soft, healthy looking. My shampoo? Yeah, it's a dandruff shampoo. But it's today's Head & Shoulders, and it cares for my hair.
Beautiful scene in it, but take a look under the third quarter. This is what Paul pointed out. 37 points. The opposition of Memphis has scored against the Showboats in 17 previous games this year. They are tough all the way back to the 8-yard line. First down, Memphis. And not much there. Memphis carrying the ball out to about the 10-yard line. What are they called? I should know that by now, even though this is my first game here this year. The
Showboat Lady People.
Showboat Lady People? Is that what you call them? I should know that, but this is my first trip to Memphis this year, and I'm sorry about that. It's the last one, too, because this is the end of the season for us. Derek Crawford, as you see, has just checked in. It is second down and 8. 31-14, Memphis leads. They've got the ball. On their own 10. Running the ball, Spencer again. That's Laird wrestling down after a couple of yard gain out to about the 13. It'll be third down and 5 or 6 yards to go.
That's that sweep we've seen, and Lewis Sharp came out to block Laird, and Laird got off of Lewis Sharp and made the tackle. Only gave up about 2 yards on the play, but that's a great play by the safety.
Shall I lay the line on him now, since 2 touchdowns by Memphis have been called back, and this game could be out of hand, and nearly is now, 31-14. What was said in the elevator at halftime? It's beautiful. Are you ready? You know that Bill Tatham, the owners at Providence, Arizona, if they win this game, and it's against league rules to do such things, if they go to Acapulco, someone said, little do they know that Acapulco is the name of a Mexican restaurant in nearby Mesa, Arizona, outside of Phoenix. Here's Kelly on third down. Oh, look at the time he's got. Dumps the ball across the middle, and that is Carter putting down the receiver, who is number 25, Anthony Parker. And that's not good enough for the first down. They miss it by about a yard, and they'll have to kick the ball away. And Miller will kick the ball away to David Martin. His second punt of the night. And Arizona should get good field position again. But they're having difficulty moving the ball against this number 2 defense in the USFL. 15 seconds left on the play clock. They got a lot of time. Miller is not under any rush at all. And this is Martin going to let it bounce. Is going to bounce back the other way. And now Arizona has got the ball in the territory of Memphis, down by 17, 31-14. And Frank Cush will send out Doug Williams looking for something better.
Marlowe's, Memphis' finest casual restaurant and lounge. Are you hungry? Look at these delectable dishes Marlowe's offers. Every item is prepared with your appetite in mind. Catch this Marlowe's lunch special. Any entree and 2 vegetables, just $2.99. Marlowe's also features live music Friday through Sunday for your dining pleasure. Open till 3 a.m. Marlowe's, 4381 Elvis Presley Boulevard in Whitehaven.
Hi, I'm Marge Thrasher, and I'm in Panama City Beach. I'm really excited about the changes that have taken place here. Panama City Beach offers one of the most attractive real estate investments through Condo World. You see, Condo World Realty offers the most luxurious condominiums here on Panama City Beach. I highly recommend Condo World for your next real estate investment. And to find out more about these outstanding opportunities, call Condo World at 1-800-232-6636.
Liberty Bowl, there's our American flag. And here comes Arizona down by 17 with 10 minutes to go, third quarter, first down at the 46 of Memphis. Williams over the middle has his man, and that is Brian Williams, the tight end who's filling in for Ron Wheeler. He does not have the first down. Gets from the 46 to the 39-yard line. And it is second down and about 3 to go. Now, let's see. Tomorrow, they'll have to sort out this playoff picture. Tomorrow, Birmingham is in New Jersey. That should be a view. Denver at Jacksonville. Portland at San Antonio. Tampa Bay at Baltimore. The winner there would have been and might yet still be the host should Memphis lose tonight. But Memphis is up by 17. And then Monday, here on ESPN, Oakland at Houston. That's a biggie. We thought that Houston would be where they were at the start of the season. They lost 7 games. They look like they'd never lose. Williams throws, has his man on a diving catch over there. There is Al Williams, his favorite receiver, and he went past the 35. That means he's got a first down. You know, quick touchdown here. Everybody kind of saying, well, too bad for the dear old Outlaws, but the touchdown here, and all of a sudden it's down by 10 with much better than a quarter to go. And Cush knows that.
And we really haven't seen the defense tested yet because we know that Memphis only had the one possession in the 8-yard line and really not operating field position. So we'll see if they short up that defense a little because they could not even slow them down in the first half.
Long count. There's Fulton. Look at that hole. That's what he had before when he dropped the ball when he was hitting the shoulder. And dropped the ball again, and it is recovered again by Memphis. Question is, who is it down there? Boatner on the same kind of play. Leonard Coleman comes up with the ball.
Is that Boatner hurt? Somebody's down.
Boatner, someone is down and kicking his legs. They'll hold those still. Boatner on that same kind of cut, much closer to the line of scrimmage before, got hit and fumbled the ball, and does so again.
He makes a great cut, Jim, when he does. The hole is there. This is supposed to go off. It's supposed to go a little bit wider, but watch what Boatner does. He sees the block on Reggie White right there, number 92. He's out of the play, and Boatner just gets hit again, Jim, in the arm, and that was Besselou, number 47, that hit him with his helmet into the ball again, and Boatner, was that Boatner that's down?
I think it is Boatner down, but we'll check on it. 8:60 to go, and guess what? Memphis has the ball back.
At $63.95, you could like the all-new 1986 Mazda B2000 SE5 for its price alone. Or for its radial, spoker wheels, 40 stripes and mirrors, step bumper, and double wall bed, all standard. And of course, there's the $63.95 price, plus the surprisingly roomy, quiet interior with a 5-speed. And that $63.95 price means you can now experience a sporty truck, priced close to Toyota's and Nissan's base trucks. Mazda SE5.
Today's car engines work harder than ever. For the protection you need, look to the quality motor oils from Exxon. Protection against intense engine heat. Protection against punishing cold. Protection against grinding friction. For the protection that's just right for your car, look to the quality motor oils from Exxon. Quality you can count on.
Tomorrow, excitement is the key on ESPN. Super fast unlimited hydroplanes go full throttle for the finish line at the Budweiser Regatta. Then the pressure's on at the LPGA Mayflower Classic. You'll feel the tension during our live final round coverage. It's all tomorrow on ESPN.
That's the Rakoff family right there. Little girl in blue, and wife, her mother alongside to your left there, and there's Pop taking a shot off him. One of our regular cameramen. They are all here.
All right, let's watch Coleman now. The play is going the other way. He's just in pursuit All right. Now, all of a sudden, Coleman sees the ball bounces right up into his arms. That was easy.
It was Boatner who was hurt, and it is Memphis with a 17-point lead on the ball. And here's Mike Kelly, one pump, and then puts it down along the sidelines. Whoops, and Crawford is saying that he was interfered with by Carl Allen. Could be the other way around. And look at Cush in the Arizona staff after the officials.
Carl Allen was going to pick up the official's hat, was going to throw it because he thought it was a penalty. And Cush is upset because you got to understand that when that ball is thrown in the air, Jim, everyone has a right to the ball, defense, offense. And that time Crawford runs up the back of Carl Allen. Now, there's a little bit of a rush on Kelly, but he has time. But just watch right here. You see Crawford, if it's anything, if it would have been anything at all, and I can understand why Cush is upset, it's, I don't know what you're pointing at, Derek. You ran over him.
I know, that's why he's pointing. Take it off me. Second down and 10. Whoops, 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 whoops. People are moving over there on the left side of the line. Louis Sharp.
60 for Louis.
And Ken Gillen is saying it wasn't I, it was the offense that did it.
False start. 67 on the offense.
Louis Sharp.
Second down.
Hasn't he buried Bruce Laird on a few occasions today?
He's buried everyone. He's doing a great job. And, you know, when you pull that offside tackle on a sweep, first of all, you must understand that that tackle's got to have great speed to get around the corner like that and get out in front of the ball carrier. And Louis Sharp is an excellent tackle.
Talking about that offensive line, Sharp, #1 draft choice of the St. Louis Cardinals, with Griff 3 years with the Steelers. Rubens, the center, was with the Packers. Huffman, All-American Notre Dame. That's a good offensive line. And receivers like Moser, who injured his shoulder, but apparently not seriously, and Derek Crawford. Gerald Bradley caught his first touchdown pass. Williams. Second down and 15 to go. Kelly on his own 5 throws it out here. And that is Anthony Parker, and Parker is put down, and a flag goes down. Again. Gee, Bill Parkinson and his crew have thrown a lot of flags and had to, I like this one.
Illegal use of hands. Number 61 on the offense.
Now that's Ken Smith. You know, when I mentioned the offensive line, he's the only man I didn't mention. Ken must have heard me and drew attention to himself.
We talk about Louis Sharp, number 67. Now just watch. That's Motrandy Taylor, number 91. They had a deal on. And Motrandy gets back to the inside. That's a tough block back to the inside, but it was a pass play that will slip out to the outside to Parker. And now they've got the ball. It'll be second down and 20, or close to it.
Second down and 21, Paul, looks like. And 7:39 to go and counting in the third quarter, 31-14 Memphis. Crawford and Bradley are both wide to the left. One setback when they give it to him. Oh, Carter really put him down with a little help from his friend Jimmy Carter. No relation, Thomas Carter, Jimmy Carter. Anthony Parker goes down. And it's third and long as the ball is moved out across the 10-yard line to the 13-yard line.
Jim, I always say that don't stop doing the things that got you to 31 points. Now, in the first drive, they just ran the ball because they were backed up and didn't want to make a mistake. On this drive here, you remember now Kelly threw twice in that drive, which is good. That's still staying with their game plan, but now they're backed up so far. You wonder if he is going to throw and just go ahead and punt this thing away.
Large Memphis crowd not pleased with this series of downs, but pleased with the overall result of 17-point lead. Third down and 16 to go. Kelly inside his own 5-yard line. They've not come close to him yet. Lays it out there beautifully, and out of the backfield is Anthony Parker, and Bruce Laird puts him down. And yes, that is a first down. Out across the 35 to the 37.
What a great play. But this offensive line that you've been talking about gives Kelly the time to find a back swinging out of the backfield. Parker, number 25. Now here's Sharp again. And we're looking on that side. Is that Tyrone McGriff next to him? But look at Sharp. He's blocking so well. Just no chance for anyone to get near him. Gillen, he runs him right out of the play. Kelly steps up. He has all day. Picks up the first down.
The world is Showboat country. And the Showboat fans were told something before tonight's game, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But first down from the 37-yard line. And again, a running play here, and that is Tim Spencer, not much there. Obviously, barring a resurgence by the Arizona Outlaws, well, let's just say apparently, that the playoffs next weekend for Memphis will begin right here at the Liberty Bowl. And they made the announcement before tonight's game, anybody can buy tickets, and they're the same price as the regular season games. They're not upping them for the playoffs. Ball at the 36. That's a loss of 1. Second down 11. That did not impress you? It did
No, I
me.
may come back down. If I can get a ticket that cheap, I might come back down myself.
If only for the barbecue.
Yeah, was that great? Huh?
Don't alienate the folks out in Tuscaloosa.
No. They're still number 1.
Second down. Barker, the up back. The fake to Spencer, and the throw, and the ball is dropped by Porter.
Oh, he made the catch.
Made the catch, they say. I thought he had it and dropped it, but apparently he did not have it and dropped it. He had it. And they're going to measure for a first down, and it's very close.
Porter's all right. I think he just soon didn't throw that pass out there like that because he is running into the defense and with his back, and when he gets hit, he got a first down.
Sure.
Kelly's out there all by himself. He ran a bootleg. This is the first one. And with a bootleg, watch the back will come this way. Back goes out, and that Porter goes out that way. And here comes Kelly. Hits Porter, but watch from the backside. Porter gets hammered. He fumbles the ball. He made the catch and then recovered the fumble. And that was Anthony Allen that hit him.
No other games tonight. One game last night. Los Angeles lost again, their 15th loss. Orlando beat them 17-10. Collier threw 2 touchdown passes. Orlando had 3 interceptions. Steve Young did not play the second half. Lindsey just did not play. Bang goes Tim Spencer in, and the man down at the bottom looked to be Johnny Lewis, the first to get his arms around him. And it's second down and long, and the clock continues to run down. So the Outlaws are doing what comes naturally for a Showboats opponent. They're not scoring in the third quarter, but then again, the Showboats aren't scoring either, but they're sitting on a 17-point lead. Ball now at the 47-yard line. Second down and 9.
They're going to be able to maintain that 2 points in the third quarter, aren't they?
They dip below that. Crawford way to the left. Bradley comes out to the right. Parker and Porter the backs. Oh, that's Spencer in there. There's a fake to Spencer, and then the throw out here, and Carl Allen has Derek Crawford again. That's been a love affair tonight. Carl Allen, and for a while, it was all Crawford.
This is a good pass play because, watch, it's a play-action pass. Watch the fake right here. Is that Spencer going up in a fake? And then you see Crawford coming across. It holds the linebackers. So now that Crawford come across, the defensive line can't get to the quarterback. It freezes him for a second, and they've got third down and about a whole yard, yeah.
Third down and short, about a yard to go. Clock is all in their favor. Look at this, third and long, and here's going to Kelly. He's got the first down, and he will go out of bounds right there at the 38-yard line. A word about Mac Boatner's shoulder injury. Probably will not return as he was hit on that last fumble. And they're working on the shoulder of Mac Boatner right there.
Now, on that play Kelly just ran there was the same one they ran on the goal line where he went in for the touchdown, Jim. It's a rollout. They only put one man out there with him, and that's a tight end that goes out. The linebackers are dropping off. He just rolls out. If the pass is there, he throws it. If not, he just tucks it away, gets the first down, and get out of bounds.
First down and 10. Leonard Williams in. You can see him nearest to you. And now look at this. Look at this. That is Henry Williams again, slipping down the left side this time. Little play action. Williams loose, streaking along the sidelines. He's got a lot of speed. First down inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. He had a long touchdown pass called back in the first half.
Yeah, when the quarterback sits there that long, especially on some, I think it's Mo Trandy Taylor, number 91, is going to drill Kelly. There goes Kelly. He's got to wait for Williams to clear, and watch 91. He's got him zeroed in. Oh, bang. And Kelly was not backing away. He got hit right in the stomach.
Good, clean tackle. You bet. First down inside the 20. Showboats looking to put this away. And that's Spencer, and you can see Eric Williams, the middle linebacker, down the bottom. Well, to repeat again, we're not rubbing it in or anything, but there was a statement made by Bill Tatham, president, owner of the Arizona Outlaws, that should they win today, he'd send them to Acapulco. To give incentives like that is not right, according to league rules, and Memphis has protested, and the league has been on the telephone to Bill Tatham today here in Memphis saying you can't do that. I don't know what they're going to do, but They may not be going to Acapulco on the basis of winning tonight, unless someone cracks Acapulco is a Mexican restaurant in nearby Mesa, Arizona. But we'll have to wait to see what happens. But thus far, it looks all Memphis since the first quarter, doesn't it? Well, Kelly, worry about it. Oh, look at this. Right down inside the 10-yard line. 3 men are on Tim Spencer out of the backfield. But it is first and goal to go at the 6.
Tim Spencer does it all. He blocks well, he catches the ball very well, and we know that he can run with the football. He's just an excellent football player. Now they're bringing in the 3 tight ends, but here comes another little play-action pass. He faked the second man. Here comes Motrandy Taylor, number 91. Not in time. Look at Spencer. Good hands. Tuck the ball away. Williams, the linebacker, number 48, misses. Jimmy Carter finally makes the tackle along with Thomas Carter, 66.
And we all know that Spencer played for Arizona last year. Former All-American out of Ohio State. Great statistics for Mike Kelly's going to try again. Mike Kelly drills it. No good. Rao says I'm interfered with. Shirk was there also. Drain was on Rao, and Martin was on Shirk, and no flag. Now Rao is going to have a discussion.
That's pass interference. I'm going to tell you right now. And Rao has a complaint here because Drain made no attempt at the ball went right at Rao. Across the way, I can't catch it through the guy. I'd run that rollout deal again. They haven't been able to stop it. Kelly's down there. Maybe roll out to the left this time.
It is second down from the 6-yard line. And the Showboats looking to just seal down a Liberty Bowl appearance next weekend. Well, they're running out this way. This is Spencer at the 10. Puts his head down, doesn't he? But still, it's going to be third down. And about 5 to go. Maybe the original 6 to go. 1:16 left in this, the third quarter. That's what Spencer did last week. He's having a good night tonight.
All right, they're bringing Williams back in, Jim, and also Bradley and Crawford.
Now, may I point out something? And now I know you know it, but point out something. The last time they brought in all 3 wide receivers in a situation like this, Kelly took it on a rollout and went in standing up.
Well, what they do with this is they try to split people out as much as they can to get the safeties where they're not involved in force, and then run a rollout.
He's dropping straight back here. Whoops. Now he is in trouble, and now he gets out, and now he throws toward the end zone, and the ball is knocked away, intended for Leonard Williams, and one of those 2 men down there, Drain or who's the other one, knocked the ball away. That looks like Vaughn Mansfield there. That's who it is.
Kelly showed me a lot, though. Quick feet. He could see first man that had a shot at him, I think, was Motrandy Taylor, number 91, and he ducks out of that. And then, all right, where's Motrandy? Here he comes. He's going to be a little short out. Here comes Motrandy. He gets by him. Then he goes back to the outside. He gets by Gillen. And it looks like he can run over there because he has some support. Bollinger, number 73, gets out there to help out. But good defensive play in the end zone. And we still have Mansfield down.
It is 4th down at the 6-yard line as they work on Mansfield, who was just activated this week. And Duncan has come in. We will recall again that last week against Jacksonville, in a ball game at Memphis won in a shutout, 31-0. They had twice in the 4th quarter inside the 5-yard line, first down, and couldn't pull it off. And they have failed here to get the touchdown. So they're going to go to the field goal when we come back.
No matter what shape you're in, everybody needs exercise.
In exercise, Nautilus is the undisputed leader for a very simple reason. It works.
If you're serious about exercise, and you should be, why not the best?
For full information about the new and revolutionary Nautilus for the home, call toll-free 1-800-445-9000. That's 1-800-445-9000.
I've driven a lot of sports cars, but to get a legendary one for under $11,000, you're only talking Mazda RX-7. The cockpit's very well thought out. Everything's right where it should be. And nothing delivers power as smoothly as Mazda's rotary engine, all the way up through all 5 gears. Near perfect balance, too.
At $10,945, sports car value just doesn't get any better. Mazda RX-7.
beautiful night, Memphis, Tennessee, and a beautiful night for football for Memphis Showboat fans. Their team right now on the foot of Alan Duncan on a 23-yard field goal attempt will try to make this a 34-14 lead and have Duncan have his second field goal of the night. And nope, it is a fake. And now Walter Lewis throws and touchdown to Van Heflin. How about that? Walter Lewis, the holder throughout the game. Rolled out, found the tight end Van Heflin, and it's touchdown. And it's nearly 38-14. It's 37-14 at the moment.
You think that doesn't give the first team that they have to meet in the playoffs something to think about? Here it comes. Look at the kicker now. He goes through, and as soon as Duncan goes back, he never blocked anyone, but he sure slowed people down. And here comes Walter Lewis. Van Heflin's right there. Touchdown. That's beautiful.
That is Lewis's 16th touchdown pass of the year with just 5 interceptions. He started much of the year. Kelly took over. Now Duncan will kick because they're not going to go for the two-pointer here. And it is with 59 seconds to go in the third quarter. Memphis 38 and Arizona, goodbye, Uncle Boko, I think 14.
The Master Bedroom Waterbeds brings you the lowest prices in Memphis. The Buttonwood, $169. The Bookcase Capri Waterbed, $199. Now come bedroom sets at the lowest prices. Yes, the magnificent 7-bedroom sets under $999 with dresser, mirror, nightstand, and waterbed. Yes, the Silver Creek with Timber Run under $999. Yes, the Pine Valley, $799. What? $799. Yes, no down payment. No interest for 90 days. No. And instant credit. Yes, at the Master Bedroom Waterbeds.
This is sulfuric acid, and it's not falling out of a bottle in a laboratory. It's falling out of the sky. It's acid rain, and it's killing our environment and your car. Left unchecked, acid rain can actually stain your car's finish. You can prevent acid rain damage by having Mr. Pride wash and wax your car once a week. It's the best protection you can get. Mr. Pride Car Wash, the professional car washes with tender touch.
Lewis is the man who threw that touchdown pass. Duncan kicks the ball off. And that is Alan Clark. Carrying the football, gets an opening at the 20-yard line, across the 30, and bumps out of bounds as he crosses the 35-yard line. 38-14, Memphis.
Walter Lewis to Van Heflin. Just take a look. This is set up beautifully. They're trying to hold Van Heflin right there at the line of scrimmage, and when they let him go and he slips to the outside, he's wide open. Carl Lorch, number 71, is the man that was holding Van Heflin. But that's touchdown. That's
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the Memphis coaches will be thrilled for another reason. They say one of Lewis's problems is, Walter, is that when he is on the run, before he throws, he stops. And that's not good. He was on the dead run, then never broke stride and threw the ball right on the money.
And he had a chance.
Never slowed up.
And he might have been able to score on his own. We don't know that, but he might have been able to do that, but he had enough patience to go ahead and throw the ball.
First down, Arizona. And here's Doug Williams. Dumps it off. And that is Brian Williams with yet another catch tonight. Bessel who puts him down. Williams, as you said, starting for Ron Wheeler, who is out. But Paul, barring a last-second score here, you can make it 18 ball games in which Memphis has only given up 37 points in the third quarter. That's amazing. Walter Lewis deserves to warm up and get a shot in the fourth quarter. Mike Kelly has done his job. Outstanding job by Kelly.
I don't know what Pepper says to this team at the halftime, but he ought to bottle it.
Reggie Brown leaps over one man and gets, well, down to about the 47-yard line. And the third quarter is over, and, well, Memphis's defense has done it again. Arizona did not come close to scoring. Memphis scored, and it's 38-14, the Showboats.
American Express presents Do You Know Me? A look at the lives and careers of famous athletes. This This week's American Express sports personality took Grambling to the 1961 NAIA title. Then, as his second-round pick in the NBA draft, he played to the tune of a Rookie of the Year in 1965. You'll meet him after this word from American Express.
Do you know me? It's frightening how many novels of suspense I've written. But still, when I'm not recognized, it just kills me. So instead of saying I wrote Carrie, I carry the American Express card. Without it, isn't life a little scary?
To apply for the card, look for an application and take one.
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Do you know this week's American Express sports personality? He was selected to the NBA All-Star team 7 times and was voted MVP in 1970. The 6'10" center averaged 21 points per game that season and was named the MVP in the playoffs of both Knicks title victories. He went on to coach the Knicks and Creighton University following his retirement. He's Willis Reed, this week's American Express sports personality.
Get ready, New York, for the first title game to come your way in 20 years. The championship of the USFL. Sunday, July 14th, the United States Football League will crown its champion beginning at 8 p.m. at the Meadowlands. This is your chance to see football at its best. Tickets are available at the Meadowlands box office and all Ticketron outlets.
Final quarter for 1985 of the USFL on ESPN Saturday night. 2nd down and 7 from the 47 of Memphis for Arizona. They trail 38-14. Doug Williams gets the ball out to Al Williams, and Al Williams has got the first down. Now they're 35-yard line. And Memphis, under Pepper Rogers, is playing very well. Pepper under the gun, as we said earlier. A newspaper this week said he's on a day-to-day deal with his contract, but his team came in there loose as could be tonight, and now is running away with the ball game.
Here comes Bussey on a safety blitz. We just take a look at Clark is waiting there just to hammer him. Bussey says, wait. Barney Bussey says, wait a minute. I'm supposed to get out of the way.
There's Pepper Rogers, head coach of Kansas, UCLA, Georgia Tech. Here. 24-point lead for Memphis. And then their obvious successful effort. Here we go again, and that's not going to work, is it? Not going to work. Anderson goes down, and it's Mike Grant who put him down. Grant playing where Will Coakley used to play until he got hurt 2 weeks ago up in New Jersey.
I hate that deep reverse. I really do. You're in good field position at the time, and look what this thing does. It takes you out of field position almost 20 yards. Now, they're going to throw this ball back to Anderson, but look at how deep Anderson goes. Here comes Grant, the linebacker. Did not take any kind of a fake. Deep. And they went, yeah, well, I know he had to go deep, but he was on his way deep in the first place, and now we've got 2nd down and, what, 20?
Oh, 21? More than that fall, about 23.
Now, remember one other thing. We talked about Memphis only giving up a little more than 2 points in the third quarter. They gave up none this evening. Arizona only scores a little better than 3 in the fourth quarter.
In motion. Here comes Doug Williams. He's got time this time, and that's almost picked off. Oh, the linebacker there, number 53, John Corker, thought he had an interception, but does not.
John Corker is beside himself. He had the ball. He played it extremely well. Corker, as we all know, is all over the field. He is their designated blitzer. He does it all. Now, that's Steve Hammond, 54 there, but watch Corker playing the ball. He's right there. Hammond gets out of the way because he sees John there, and it hits him right smack in the hands, and he drops the football.
Ball is all the way back to the 48-yard line. 3rd down and 23.
Now's when the defensive line could just tee off and go.
They've been doing that anyway. They've done a tremendous job led by Reggie White tonight. Here's Williams. Oh, my. Gets the ball, and the ball is caught by Clark. Bessalou makes sure he's down, but that's the first down inside the 25-yard line. And Doug Williams was under tremendous heat and withstood it to get the ball to Clark.
Now, Clark is a back coming, but I don't think he's coming out of the backfield. I think
he's a backup tight end also.
All right, he's on the outside, and you see the drop of the secondary. Now, Clark is going to just cut across John Corker let him go across, and Hammond, number 54, the other linebacker, never got to the spot that he was supposed to be at, and Beslew comes up and makes the play, but they were supposed to get help from those linebackers underneath. That time they didn't get it.
12 and a half minutes to go, and the Outlaws are trying to get going here. They picked up a first down inside the 25. A lot of time if they can get it going. Look at this open field he's got if he wants, but he wants to dump the ball out, and the ball is knocked away. What a play in the end zone. And getting up is Steve Hammond.
Jim, that's Brian Williams, I believe, number 86, the tight end. That ball went right off his chest. It almost went through him. Doug Williams fired the ball. I'm serious. I think Hammond's hand got in the way, and Brian Williams never really saw the ball, but that ball hit him in the chest and bounced back about 6 yards.
Oh, it is second down and 10. Bush had a shot tonight and has a shot tonight of his longest winning streak since his days at Arizona State. 4 in a row. But apparently that has come a cropper. Bolton are out. Clark in the backfield this time. Williams throws, and there's the ball caught by Al Williams. And Al Williams is having a great night.
Jim, they had Arizona with Reggie Brown the back. They ran a fake screen back to the other side of the field, the left-hand side of the field. But when Doug Williams comes out, he looks downfield. He has the screen working for him, but he saw Al Williams wide open for the first down, so he just decided to forget about the screen. Let's throw the ball downfield.
First and goal to go. Williams has caught the ball. Well, we're talking about Doug Williams here. He is going for 247 yards. Al Williams, his receiver, has about a half a dozen catches. We'll check on that for you, but let's watch the play. First down. And here's Clark. Clark down to the 6-yard line, and that is all. Al Williams has caught, well, he did have a half a dozen. 6 for 130 yards.
Not a bad night.
No, sir.
We've got the fourth quarter to go.
Well, a chip away here and a possible score, and 38-21 looks a little bit better.
Well, they can't get a first down, so they have to get, and they're going to go touchdown. When you're down by 24 points, a field goal really doesn't help you, especially with the clock inside of 12 minutes.
Second down from the 6-yard line. Pepper Rogers probably thinking he's still not out of the woods yet. Paul, in his own inimitable style, suggested to Pepper that he wear some kind of pomade on his hair for this game. Just kind of slick it down a little bit.
He said no, he likes it just the way it is.
That's Al Williams, who's caught 6 passes off with motion. Here comes Doug Williams, fading back, looping the ball, and off the hands of the intended receiver, Al Williams, who says he was held, and they said, no, you were not.
He's talking about Beslew on his back.
Excuse me, Paul. Down on the 17-yard line. And it looks like
Stadnick.
It is Stadnick who started every game this year, and he is getting up. Go ahead.
All right. Beslew, Al Williams thought Beslew was holding, but let's take a look at Sam Clancy, number 90. Now, Stadnick is the man that's blocking on him right here. Is that they tried to hold him, but he couldn't do that. And look at Clancy. Went right after his legs. Good tackle. And here it comes. Now, at the end of this play, but where Al Williams was talking about Beslew, this happened over in the middle of the end zone as he was going by him, and then Beslew just put his arms up in the air.
Now, for a team like Arizona, excuse me, which is not going to make the playoffs, has not made the playoffs, after tonight not being in the playoffs, the way it is set up now, this team has 14 months before it plays another season game. That's a long while to say, so long, it's been good to know you. Joe Lavellis has replaced John Stadnick at the right offensive tackle for a play or two at least. Third down and 6. Clark, the lone setback. Williams puts it toward the end zone, and how about that? Al Williams had the ball go right by him, and Doug Williams has lost his helmet, and it's fourth down.
Well, I think he was upset. He thought that he got hit after he threw the ball. He was throwing to Al Williams, but they had a full-scale blitz on that time with the outside linebackers, and I think that was number 54, Steve Hammond, that came in. But again, Jim, you're in 4-down territory. You have to go for the touchdown. And they don't score here. I mean, the game was all over with that last that fake field goal for the touchdown, but they don't score here. This team is going to really be down.
And it is 4th down and goal to go from just over the 5. They need it. Clark and Brown the setbacks. Doug Williams back to throw. In trouble, gets the ball away. And the ball is caught by Anderson in the end zone. On your picture, it looked as though Doug Williams had it. It was all over. But Williams caught Anderson in the end zone, and Anderson makes his 5th touchdown catch of the year.
What the defense is complaining about was Doug Williams in the grasp, all right? Calvin Clark is going to be there also. Here they come. Corker is blitzing. He gets knocked down. Here comes Calvin Clark. Now, the question is he in the grasp right here? Yes, he is. He's in the grasp. I would, this is a touchdown. And I think that I might throw a red flag here and just say, hey, wait a minute.
Well, was his arm in motion, or does that make any difference?
Doesn't make any difference. He's in the grasp. When you're in the grasp, you're in the grasp. You're trying to save the quarterbacks, aren't you?
One in the grasp. And come on, here's Zendejas kicking the extra point, and it is 38-21. Still a lot of time left in the ball game, and Memphis hasn't had the ball in some time. We'll get it back in a moment.
You know what I don't like about dandruff? Dandruff shampoos. I'm afraid they won't leave my hair the way I like it. This shampoo cares for my hair. It's the only one with a self-balancing formula. Puts dandruff protection where I need it, on my scalp, not on my hair, and it conditions where I need it. Leaves my hair looking and feeling good. Yeah, my shampoo's a dandruff shampoo, but it's today's Head & Shoulders. It cares for my hair.
It's hot and getting hot. It's our hottest summer yet. HBO's all-star summer. Look what you're gonna get. Bachelor Party. The Natural. Hot summer brew. Cheers concert. Police Academy. Euphoria. We are the world too. It's hot and getting hotter. It's HBO's all-star summer. Our hottest summer yet.
Onside kick or not? Ball at the 35-yard line. This is what's coming up on Monday night in our final regular season game of 1985 on ESPN, and that's a good ball game. Oakland with the best record in the West or in the league against Houston. And, of course, Oakland is obviously in the playoffs, along with Memphis and Birmingham and New Jersey and Tampa Bay and Baltimore and Denver and Houston. So you'll be seeing 2 playoff teams, Oakland and Houston. See what happens here. Zendejas approaches the ball. Let's see if it is going to be. No, it's not going to be. They just squib the ball along. It touched a man. Now touches another man, and they fall on their way back inside the 15-yard line.
It's Van Heflin that dove on the ball, a smart thing. Now, the thing I'm talking about Williams, not only do I think he's in the grasp here, and they're trying to save the quarterbacks, but the other thing about Williams, watch how strong his arm is. He's on his way down. Calvin Clark, that's in the grasp. And he's not throwing the ball, Jim.
You're right.
He's tackled right here. But look he has enough presence of mind to get the ball downfield to Anderson for a touchdown. And see, I'll tell you something. Calvin Clark knew he had him in the grasp.
Walter Lewis has come in. Mike Kelly was 15 of 19 for 1 touchdown and 213 yards. Lewis threw for a touchdown, remember, on a fake field goal, and now he comes into quarterback. He can run, but he gives the ball. Oh, look at this. Gives the ball to Porter, and Porter is way out across the 30-yard line to the 34-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
You know what makes that
15 to the 34.
You know what makes that play so impressive, Jim? Is because Arizona knows that they're going to run the football. And the blocking in that offensive line, Porter goes to the right-hand side. Look at Koenig is the middle linebacker who misses the tackle. That's Martin, David Martin out there holding on. He's going to get some help from Selwyn Drain, but Selwyn Drain also caught a forearm in the mouth. But the impressive thing about that is this offensive line just flew off the Outlaws, off the defensive line for a great running game.
Walter Lewis still has the ball. He's going to put it up, and the ball is caught, I do believe, by Mark Rowell. Gee, is he a good pass-catching tight end.
Jim, you know, they're doing everything that they want to do. They have not stopped. They're at 38 points, and they're not going to stop on this thing because Arizona just did score. They're right at 10 minutes. And here comes Walter Lewis on a play-action pass and runs a bootleg out on the outside. That man is Bradley going downfield now. He's going to be covered. There's a safety down there. He's not running wide open. But when Rao is there, David Martin leaves Bradley, comes over to Rao, but he already caught the ball and made the first down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. And here's another good running play, and that is Porter again. Now, do you realize the 4 plays that Walter Lewis has been in on? A fake field goal for a touchdown. There's a flag on this play. Long run.
Number 99, 5 yards.
A long run for a first down. Then a picture-perfect pass and a great catch by Rao. And then this play right here. Walter Lewis, who has lost his starting job, has looked very smooth in those 4 plays he's been called on thus far tonight.
And this is an important thing. Not only, Memphis, we all know they're going into the playoffs, and they're going to host the first game anyway here. But now is a chance for Pepper Rogers and the team to take a look at his backup people, get them some experience going into the playoffs.
Whoops. Leonard Williams has nowhere to go. Look at this. He's going to go somewhere. Gets right out of the grasp of Thomas Carter. And here he comes across the 25 and is caught from behind by his own man. He tripped over an Arizona man down on the ground by the name of Jimmy Carter.
Jim, Walter Lewis throws 2 blocks. 1, he slows up a man. 2, he puts another man on the ground. Watch Walter Lewis. It's unbelievable what he does. Here goes Williams, and it looks like that's Lorch, but he runs into Porter, so he comes back out. Now, there's a missed tackle by Thomas Carter, but when they come back this way, you're going to see number 10, Walter Lewis. He's going to get watching the left of your screen. There's Walter, first man down, second man down. That's Jimmy Carter, the linebacker. That's a quarterback that not only can run, can throw, but block.
And Huffman ran right up the back of the runner, and that's what put him down. His own offensive tackle. First down, 21-yard line. Look at this. Whole side open, and an easy chance for the running of Porter to take him down inside the 15-yard line. And Memphis has looked good. Memphis has looked good. Looked relaxed, looked good. Thomas Carter's the man slow in getting up there, number 66.
Porter put, I didn't want to come out. Did Porter put a move? I think it was on Koenig, number 53. These people are tired. That's Carl Allen right there as a cornerback. It's hot.
It's hot, and I'll tell you something else. The crowd isn't moving. Here it is, 38-21, 8 minutes to go. Their team driving. Maybe they'll move should Memphis score here. But they've certainly wrapped up the home team advantage for the next playoff game, and they're just not going. Carter walking off the field with some assistance. He rejected. Here's the crowd. They came late, and they're going to stay late. Good crowd. And a lot of them could have been scared off, remember, by the tremendous thunderstorms that we had this afternoon, just several hours before the game.
I got a feeling the next Sunday's playoff game here is going to be a sellout.
Oh, has to be.
Carl Allen's walking off, too, Jim. The heat has gotten to him.
What's the old saying? It's not so much the heat, it's the humidity. It is a very muggy night tonight.
And when you look up and there's 8 minutes to go in the game and you're down by 17 points, that doesn't help you.
Get muggier. Running play by Porter as they just keep wedging it ahead. I'm sure I'll say something else before this game is over, Paul, as they're very close to first down and may have it. But Bob Hope, his theme song is Thanks for the Memories, and we'd like to say to the USFL, Paul McGuire and I, thanks for our memories of the last 3 years, and good luck in 1986. Of course, you're under ESPN contract, and we'll be seeing you in the fall of next year, but the springtime...
Sad night, Jim.
Oh,
it really is. Because we may never be back.
You and I.
That's right.
They'll be back, perhaps, but we may not.
I love this league. I really do. I thought it was ideal for the spring.
There's Walter Lewis, looking like he's going to run all the way. Turns it inside, and Walter Lewis has the first down. It's first and goal to go at about the 5.
Jim, the only time I just feel so sorry for Bruce Laird. He may not even be able to make the plane. they've been bouncing him all over the field. That time, when Walter Lewis was running out to the outside, Jim, there were two blockers in front of him, and they were both standing there on Bruce Laird. And poor Bruce, they finally upend him. Just take a look on your screen to the inside. There goes Porter. Watch Bruce Laird 40. He goes down. Anthony Parker, number 25, is the man that blocked him. And Walter Lewis just follows his blockers. But poor Bruce, it's been a tough night, pal.
Bruce Laird made, look at his birth certificate on the airplane. At least his driver's license shows he's 34 years old. And who needs this? He has really been put down several times tonight, especially by Louis Sharp, the left tackle. Oh, everybody went. That's not a touchdown. Come on back here, Porter, because everybody wanted to catch the ball.
Entire offensive line.
That's right.
First and goal.
All right, when you see a thing like this, Jim, it's got to be the center. Because watch, everybody else moves but the center. There go the guards and the tackles. There's the ball on the ground. He missed the count. Everybody else went. So I'm going to blame it on you, Larry, Rubens, because I think it was your fault.
6:16 left. Memphis by 17 and moving in for what they hope will be another one. Walter Lewis in relief of Mike Kelly, who certainly did the good job tonight. Ralph comes out and Shirk goes in. Normally in a situation where you're going to throw, you do the other thing. So are they going to run? Shirk not known as a pass catcher. So they're going to run. And not very far either, as Porter is dragged down and pushed back.
Well, it's first down and goal to goal. And, they can run off. If they just run 3 plays, Jim, they're going to be able to run off at least 2 more minutes, and we're inside of 6 minutes now.
5:50 to go. Remember, our final ESPN telecast of 1985 Monday night will be Oakland and Houston. That should be a real good one. Leonard Williams comes back in.
All right, we have 2 tight ends. Van Heflin's in there along with Ralph.
Now time. Lewis stood about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and suddenly called time.
12 men.
12 men on the field. That's a good reason to call time, Paul McGuire. Our score, 38-21 Memphis.
Time for the old tire hassle again, huh?
Not this time.
Just spent a small fortune, right?
I call it a great price.
Some pushy salesman forced you into tires you didn't want, I bet.
Not here.
Really? And no dingy old waiting room?
See for yourself.
Oh, it sounds too good to be true. Bet you'll be here all day.
Mr. Davis, your car's ready. That's NTW.
No NTW, and you know tires.
Success. It shows in the way we market ourselves, and no other clothier exhibits a more tasteful level of authority than Mobley & Sons. Corbin Suiting, the bottom line in impeccable detail, construction, and fabric. Corbin, often copied, but never matched in quality and accomplishment. When you're labeled for success, make sure the suit fits. Make sure the label reads Corbin. From Mobley & Sons.
Lewis comes back in, the ball at the 7-yard line, 2nd down and 7 to go. 5:33 left in the game. Showboats up by 17 and looking for 7 more. So settle for 3 more, but they're looking for 7 more. Arizona expecting run, and here's Walter Lewis throwing the ball toward the end zone, and nothing. And it's 3rd down. Well, Paul and I would like to thank the officials and all of the people in the front office, as well as on the coaching staff and the playing field, and the fans of Birmingham and New Jersey and Memphis and Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Jacksonville, newcomer Orlando, Oakland, Denver, Houston, Arizona, Portland, San Antonio, Los Angeles. We said we have enjoyed these 3 years of springtime football on Saturday night.
And we can't thank them enough for the coaches and the PR people and everybody with all these organizations and all the help that they gave us.
Good people.
Yes, they are.
3rd down from the 7-yard line. 3rd and 7 to go. Goal to go.
Walter's taking another timeout.
2 on this little series down at the 5-yard line. Well, I guess when you're up by 17. But that's got to stop the clock again, and they don't like that clock stop. 5:24 to go. But the game apparently out of hand, and apparently Memphis will be playing their playoff game next weekend here at the Liberty Bowl. And that's what they came here tonight to ensure.
Newell's
Spice Solid keeps guys so much drier, they just might give up their Menon antiperspirant mid-stick.
Hey, Bronco. Here's the present. Hardly used.
New Old Spice Solid keeps you drier. Compared to Menon, New Old Spice keeps you 35% drier. So you may want to switch mid-stick.
Norman, from me to you. Practically brand new.
Why wait to be drier? Get New Old Spice Solid antiperspirant now.
Take my Menon, please.
Business travelers are waking up to the good deal they get at Howard Johnson.
Good morning.
A recent survey was positively eye-opening. Our guests rated our message and wake-up service higher than Best Western guests rated theirs. Our room decor better than Holiday Inn guests. Our staff more efficient than Ramada's. Towels thicker, too. People with a nose for business are finding the nearly 500 Howard Johnson hotels and lodges a good deal. And a good deal more.
Monday on ESPN, exclusive USFL football. The Houston Gamblers are off to the races against the Oakland Invaders in the final game of the regular season. Live Monday.
You're looking at the 8 teams that have qualified for the playoffs to begin next week. Oakland, Birmingham, Denver, New Jersey, their home field will be site of the USFL Championship in mid-July. Memphis sealed its situation here for a hometown game next Sunday at 1:30. Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and Denver and Houston the others. Okay, third down. Henry Williams wide to the right. They're showing blitz. They do blitz as Walter Lewis goes back. The flag goes down, and that was almost a touchdown catch down in the corner. But coming out of there with no catch. As a matter of fact, the man hasn't come out of there. Here he comes. Looks as though he might, and he's limping a little bit, and that is Bradley. But a flag went down early.
And it's an offensive pass. I think it's a
illegal
kick.
motion
Oh, no.
on the offense.
Well, it's offense anyway. Illegal motion. What do they do? They refuse this.
Make it 4th down.
All right, here they go. Well, the man that moved is on the right hand. That's Woods, the tackle, the left tackle. He moved.
Duncan coming in.
Here's Bradley. The ball hit him, and he just fought it all the way.
Duncan trying for a 24-yard field goal. Last time he lined up for a possibility of a field goal attempt was a 23-yard field goal, and Walter Lewis took it and threw for a touchdown to Van Heflin. This will be 24 yards. And this one, Duncan is going to kick him from 24 yards out with some practice. He didn't get the right kind of practice. He misses the ball wide to the right. And the scoreboard already had and still has, Paul. Did they say that was bad? Yes, okay, there goes the scoreboard back to 38-21. They put up 41-21. So sure were they that Alan Duncan was going to hit that.
Jim, I don't think he followed through with it. It looked to me like he just tried to punch the ball. Here goes Duncan here. Now watch his leg. Is he have complete follow through? No, he knew it right away. He just tried to punch the ball through instead of kicking right through the ball. Did not do it.
32,743 are here tonight on this muggy but rather pleasant night if you're not playing football, because it's got to be hot out there. And if you're the Memphis Showboats, it's a pleasant night after all, because you've sealed that home field advantage. And the scoreboard has already published the playoff hotline ticket number. It has already announced that the game will be at 1:30 next Sunday afternoon here. The question is, against whom will it be? That they don't know. That will be decided tomorrow. Time has been called here by Arizona, but with a lot of time left. And I reminder that Oakland and Houston will come up at 8 o'clock Eastern Monday, 5 Pacific time. There's very little to be said about this game. Oakland has got the best record in the league. Houston started off as though it was going to have the best record in the league. Injuries brought them down to kind of a slow walk there for a while with Jim Kelly out of their run-and-shoot offense. But they're in the playoffs, and you'll see these two teams in our final 1985 telecast.
Big problems with the Oakland Invaders, even though they have, Jim, the best record in the league. Their problem is on pass defense, and they are 10th in the league in pass defense. They're playing Houston. Dillon is throwing the ball well. He just had a 300-yard game. What do you have, 5 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns?
Oh, boy. Arizona in its last 4 minutes and 26 seconds, apparently, well, obviously, of the 1985 season. Doug Williams puts the ball up. And there's a diving try for the ball by Anderson, who has caught a touchdown pass tonight. Greg Anderson, the last touchdown caught or scored by Arizona. 4:20 to go.
He got hit right in the